Anthony are no strangers to scandal. Opie and Anthony on satellite radio.
Apparently, Opie and Anthony are dicks.
Oh, here they go again.
It's a fun, dopey radio show. Not just any radio show. A radio show that inspires beyond your wildest dreams.
The show is a lot funnier on NEW.
The show's hosts, Anthony Cumia and Greg Opie Hughes.
Controversial team.
6 years without getting fired, a new record for us.
It's just astounding to me.
I didn't want to say it's racist, but goddamn.
This show will rock as best as we could possibly do this radio show.
I'm going to go home and whack to a tranny later. There you go, all right?
God, we just lost our demo, man. What's wrong with you?
Is this the last straw for the raunchy radio duo?
The Opie and Anthony Show, the most popular show in the history of satellite radio.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Meow. Morning.
Meow.
Thank God I'm here. I get a break from keeping my kid alive.
Yes.
Holy ass. Holy ass, they don't warn you about this stuff. Oh, my God. Do I look frazzled?
Just listening to horror stories.
Oh, my God. Let's see. Yesterday, he almost beheaded himself, almost electrocuted himself, and almost choked to death. Oh, my God. They don't teach you this shit in parent classes before the kid is born.
No, listening to you and Travis
Oh, my God.
wax fantastic
Oh, my
about
God.
keeping your children alive
Oh, my God.
is just a horror show.
Oh, it's unbelievable. You put him on a bed for maybe 5 seconds, his instinct is to crawl right off the bed, giving himself a header, which could possibly mean paralysis.
Do you get nervous when those things happen?
Nervous!
Love Jimmy's childish questions.
Joe Rogan said it best. You want to nerf the world, man. I didn't understand that at the time either, but now I'm all in with this shit.
I don't know.
This is the best part of my day. I got 4 hours where it's not my responsibility to keep the kid alive.
Keep the kid breathing.
To keep him breathing. That's your job. He has no clue. You put him down on the ground because my kid now is crawling like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say motherfucker for this one. Like a motherfucker. And he just goes for everything that is dangerous that could kill him. Everything.
Why do they do that?
And my house isn't childproof yet, really. I mean, we got like safe areas and stuff like that. But you put him down for a few seconds, he sees an electric outlet with a cord. That's what he wants.
Heads right for it.
And if you're not on top of it, you turn around, he's yanking at it, he's chewing on it.
It's like a Roomba.
Yeah.
Just picking up things and heading for the outlet.
And then someone gave me that wheelie thing where you sit them in and they wheel themselves around the room.
That's supposed to be pretty safe if you don't have stairs.
I thought it was safe until he started giving himself headers, and then my glass coffee table is right at the level where it could behead him.
No.
So
wait a minute. He could just bolt right into the edge of a glass table neck high.
And he has no concept that it's
the Elzar Cowie collection.
He has no concept that this is not good. And then he gets and then he gets bummed out if you don't let him in the thing, because you think you could put him in that for 5-10 minutes, and maybe you can make a cup of coffee or God forbid take a shit.
How do you shit?
I put him right next to me, and he
Jesus.
sits there and watches me shit.
That's good. That won't be traumatic for him.
Well, what else are you supposed to do?
I'm sure if you asked him, he'd probably say, "Look, I'll take the electrical outlets over watching you drop a deuce."
And he wants to put everything in his mouth. I mean everything.
Yeah.
Fuck. When you first bring the kid home and you got a little pacifier, you want to sterilize the pacifier and you put it in the little fucker's mouth, and you realize that's just a waste of time because they lick everything. Within months, they're licking everything, so you can't disinfect your entire house. So you're like, fuck.
Yeah, most parents, I think, that I've seen anyway, once they have especially their second or third kid, they're just picking the thing up out of the toilet bowl and shoving it in the kid's mouth. They don't care anymore.
Look, everyone's going, welcome to fatherhood. Yeah, Kevin from Connecticut. Because it was all just fun. You bring the little thing home, and it's nice. And
he can't move.
He can't move, and you could actually just feed him, and you could put him on the bed and then watch a movie if you want. He's not going to do nothing.
Yeah.
But now, man,
little
God.
locomotion now, and they take headers. And
look at Kevin from Connecticut. My son at 15 months, rolled off the back stairs face first right onto the cement. Panic time.
Oh.
You should talk to him, though. Tell him that this stuff's unhealthy and that he's engaging in a pattern of unhealthy behavior.
I try to talk to him even though he's 6 months. I'm like, do you understand this is not good for you? You can't do this.
Do you get mad or you just can't get mad?
I don't get mad at all. No. I just don't.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's So I got 4 hours to fucking relax.
And like Kevin said, you're just you're gonna trade these problems in for a whole new set of problems.
New batch of problems.
Yeah, because his kid's 15 months old, mine's 16 months, and now she's standing and walking and almost running, and she'll get up on the couch. And she'll just jump on the couch like it's impossible for her to fall.
Right.
And then she falls.
When do they learn fear? That's my question today.
I have no idea.
They hurt themselves, I think.
Huh?
A little bit of they hurt themselves. They watch your reaction.
I'm going to let him
Pain.
fall a few times because
you have to. You got to let him fall.
he's got to learn fear because he'll do anything.
Just wrap that noggin in bubble wrap and send him on his way.
Yeah.
I'm on the 40th floor. I put him up near a window, and he's all in, leaning up against the
Like,
window.
if there was no window there,
Right,
he'd just walk right
He
out.
would just walk right over the ledge.
Just walk right out of a 40-story building.
It's unbelievable.
Kids are stupid.
It's unbelievable.
My mother told me when I was very, very young, I had somehow gotten onto the roof.
Right.
And
What?
it was a few stories
How
up.
did you do
I
that?
don't know. I was older than Ope's kid. But she said that she was talking to somebody, and she looked up, and I was peering at her from over the roof. It was probably 3 or 4 stories, and she said she just froze.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
And that she didn't want to upset me or panic me or yell or I forget how she got
She
me
wanted
off.
you to fall.
Oh boy, yeah. She was like, "I dare you, faggot."
And then if he does hurt himself doing something, you think, okay, he's not going to do that anymore. Put him back down, and he goes in and does the exact same thing again. I'm like, didn't you learn from the header you just took?
Wow.
Oh, wow, that got the phones going.
I did that. The thing I did once that really got my mother where she freaked out was we were in my grandma's house and she just had to run in for a minute. This is when you just left your kids in the car while you run in for a minute. She ran in for a minute, and it was long enough for me to grab the shift knob on the steering wheel and throw it into neutral.
Yeah.
And the car just started rolling down the driveway into traffic, into like a road. And she comes running out, no! And the car rolled right into the road. People stopped, and I remember there was a big bulldozer, too, for some reason, just coming down the road. And
That's
my mother's
great.
crying, and just for a minute.
Well, the funny thing is, I
got hit.
I-
What do I know? It's a knob.
You think you could do? My time is. I was the minute guy. Like, okay, I'll put him here, and you have whatever to do. I can't think of something right now, but all right, I know he'll be okay for a minute. It's down to 20 seconds.
20 seconds?
20 seconds tops.
It's going to go down to like 5 seconds.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
They could kill themselves
In 5
Yes.
seconds. I'll be giving her a bath, and I'll be like, shit, I forgot a towel. Her room is right next to the bathtub. I'm like, okay, stay here. 5 seconds. Run, go get a towel. She's already standing up. Like, if I'm
Like
gone
ready
2
to-
more seconds,
ready to go.
she's going to slip and crack her head. It's a matter of seconds.
Is it harder to watch a movie now than it would have been?
A movie.
Like, say you want to just put, like, say you want to take a nap, watch a movie, and put the kid in the, and say, look, just behave for a couple hours.
A movie. Wow. Yeah, because he's sleeping less too during the day. My God. I'm all in, but it's ridiculous.
Wow.
It's ridiculous. I understand what all the comedians have been saying coming in here, that your whole job is to keep him alive. That's your job every day. And he's putting everything in his mouth, so you got to make sure it's big enough so it's not going to fucking choke him or gag him or whatever.
How did cavemen and medieval
I don't
people
know.
have babies? And they must have just died. They must have just had to keep having kids because they just
They
would die.
stopped giving each other condolence letters after a while. I heard you dropped another one. Another kid's head under the rock. It is what it is.
Fucking saber-toothed tiger grabs it and carries it off.
But the adults didn't probably know much better either in cave times.
No.
They'd be like, that's too small for you to eat. Here, let me swallow it. You know how many shitty deaths there must have been back then?
Horrible ones. Just horrible ones for little babies.
Let's be at 2 years old. My youngest daughter climbed a baby gate and rolled down a flight of stairs, bounced right up. You do notice they bounce right up.
Well, they make them pretty pliable, I think.
Yeah, because
they do that for a reason.
Because they don't tense up. They say that babies and drunks survive more
Car
car
accidents,
accidents than regular people.
That's great. How drunken baby, you could leave them
drunken
alone.
baby's beautiful.
You bounce them off the walls; they won't get hurt.
That might be the thing. I know
Just get them tanked up.
I know my mom liquored us up to give herself a few moments during the day.
It
I have no doubt
relaxes
about
the
that.
children.
A little scotch or bourbon in the pacifier.
Sure.
Pat from Monaki is laughing at you, calling you Professor Jimmy, calling it cave times. In cave times.
Oh, did I say that?
That's great.
You want to take a couple of these phone calls? They're lit.
Oh, sure.
We try not to do the baby thing. I understand it gets
Nah, every
boring
once
for
in a
most
while,
people,
it's part
but-
of everybody's life that has kids. What the fuck?
And
as long as you're not doing it like the fucking guy and the hole on one of those radio shows. Oh, now don't say things like that. Shut it.
My wife smushed up regular bananas yesterday.
Ooh.
And I got home yesterday, and she's like, good news, he ate the smushed up bananas. I'm like, oh, all right.
That's good news, bad news later, right?
And she went back to school already, and so I had the kid yesterday. I was babysitting my kid. That's what I call it.
Babysitting.
And,
babysitting.
And it was time to change the diaper from the bananas. Holy mother of God.
Bad?
Dude, it's getting to the point, it's dizzying. Even though it's your own kid, the first 5 months, I'll call it, it's easy. You don't smell nothing. It's easy to change diapers.
Yeah,
it is heading into this stage where I can't even explain how awful the smell is.
That bad.
Oh my God! And you would think, well, it's yours. What's the big deal? No.
Reeks
Someone
the
else,
whole room out.
I don't care. Someone else's shit is just. You can smell your own shit. You could, no problem.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You and the kid are going to laugh about this someday. Like, you put him in the bathroom to he smells your shit, you smell his. You're both going to high five one day and go, this sucks, doesn't it?
I'll get him. I'm an older father. I'm going to get him back. He's going to be changing some of my fucking diapers.
Oh, shit.
I'm writing notes now. I'm making videos now.
We gave Dad some mashed up bananas.
Yeah, exactly.
And, wow, the shit that was in his diaper.
Daddy was yelling again. We had to put headphones on him so he thinks he's on the radio. He fell asleep.
I fell asleep. Shit.
Oh my God! It almost brought me to a knee yesterday.
Really?
Oh.
Almost had to take a knee.
Oh.
Huh?
What do you do in that situation? They don't explain this shit. Do you plug up your nose? It's not all cute and fun. Someone give me some real advice out there.
You're screwed until they're like trained.
Yeah.
Until the kid's trained to go to the toilet. How old is a kid before it gets like able to take a dump and wipe itself? Because isn't there a point they know how to take a dump but they don't know how to use toilet paper?
Oh yeah. So they're now.
When do you potty train?
That sounds like a great time.
Well, my parenting is going to be very different. I've already started by holding him over the toilet.
Really?
So he's not scared of the thing.
Well, that's good.
I just kind of sit him on the edge, and I kind of like,
sit there like Daddy does.
Right. So he's getting used to it already. I mean, he's not going to poo in it anytime soon. I get that. And my kid's going to start driving at 12 years old.
Yeah.
In fields and stuff. Absolutely.
Yeah, you got to get him driving.
My stupid
early.
dad fucking said, time to get your permit, and I never was behind the wheel of a car. And then made me drive home, and it's a famous story. I almost got into a head-on collision with Dad in the car because I didn't know how to fucking drive. Just because I got my permit that day doesn't mean I know how to operate a vehicle.
That's why it was always good to have a passed-out father. You got your driver's training. It's like, well, looks like I'm driving. I don't have a license or anything, but screw.
As soon as your kid enters puberty, so he's a little taller, why wouldn't you put him behind the wheel of a car in a big parking lot or a field or something? Let him figure some shit out
Once
already.
you see he's got some video game skills, the hand-eye coordination, then you send him into a car.
So I'm going to start that crap early. He's already kind of sitting on the bowl. Because I don't want to walk him into the bathroom at 3 years old and he fucking starts screaming bloody murder like, what the fuck is this?
You know what the best thing is? Put scary masks and snakes in it.
That can mess up a kid's erection when they get older. Like you're honestly,
Erection?
if you're toilet trained, it fucks up your sexual stuff if you're toilet trained too aggressively or wrong.
Right.
It can.
Really?
Yeah. It can. It can mess.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
I think if you shame somebody while they're toilet training,
What they do? Shove your head in the bowl?
Believe me, I would love. My mother must have slammed the toilet on my penis head and yelled "dirty appendage." But that can mess you up. You should find out about that. Yeah.
And they don't teach you about baby boners. They don't fucking tell you that your kid's.
You learn that yourself, Uncle Paul.
They don't fucking tell you that the kid's gonna start fucking pulling on his crank.
Really?
He's supposed to do it. It's a good boy.
Aggressively, where he leaves marks on his ball bag.
Holy
This is shit no one tells you about.
What is that about?
I don't fucking know.
Jesus.
Yeah, he might be a southpaw because he does it with his left hand.
Yeah?
Left hand, though, is creativity.
Feels different, yeah.
Wait till he
Feels
starts
like
trying to
someone
grab
else.
the remote from you, put on fucking whoever kids like. I don't know who kids whack their bags to.
Dora the Explorer.
Probably big bowls of pudding and fun things. Toy store. Color forms and shit.
He might
bowls of pudding.
He might be a switch hitter though, because he punches me in the face with his right hand. So pulls his pud with his left and hits me in the head with toys with the right. So
at the same time.
Oh my God.
You don't want to make that connection.
Yeah. Oh, man. And he's already pulling up and standing at he's 6 months old today. That's too early.
Standing up.
It's not. It's something to brag about. Because he gets all proud because he gets standing up and he's a wobbly mess, and then
they have no
falls on the back of his head, the front of his head, twist his arm last night. I thought he broke his arm.
Per second.
I just needed a vent.
They're just not physically built to stand up at that age.
But he wants to
Base
stand
is
up.
too small. The top is too big.
Yeah, but he wants to pull himself up.
Capsize.
Let me real fast, Dan. I understand, and then we'll move on to other shit. Jimmy James, JJ,
fine.
New Hampshire. What's up?
I like hearing these nightmares.
Good morning, Opie, and welcome to hell of your child moving.
Yeah.
When my daughter was a baby, my in-laws lived out in Minnesota. So the first time we took them out to meet them, the day before, I was working nights, so I would take a nap, kind of barricade her in an area. Well, she got out of the barricade, decided to climb the stairs. I'm halfway to a nap, and I just hear thump, thump, thump.
Oh, oops.
I go over, and she fell down the stairs. So the next day, I fly out to Minnesota for Christmas so she can meet her grandparents with a black eye.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Did you at least say something funny, like hand the kid over, go, sorry, she was crying. She was embarrassing me in the airport.
Shut up.
And you can't bring your kid. You can't bring your kid to a pediatrician with a mark on him. Because I by accident bit my kid. I was playing around with him, and I was like pulling on his onesie.
Yeah.
And I miscalculated, and I got a little skin at one point. So I left a mark. And it just happened. We had the pediatrician like the next day. She's giving us looks, and you have to explain every mark on their body so they don't call the people that take your kid away people.
Yeah.
Typhus.
The what?
Typhus, I think.
Typhus.
Hey, Jimmy James.
Yeah.
Just make sure when she's older, she doesn't come to a little holiday dinner with a black guy.
Oh, God, no. I'm in New Hampshire.
Oh, black eye. Oh, I see.
Oh, wow.
Holiday dinner.
You hear what he said? I'm in New Hampshire.
Yes.
I've been in New Hampshire. Could be the most racist fucking state in America. A lot of white.
Really? A lot of
people
white there,
and the ground.
The ground's covered in white year-round.
It sure is, sir. All right. Thank you, JJ. Tony in Brooklyn. Tony.
Hey, yeah.
Hey, I left the basement door open, and I watched my kid take a header down the stairs.
Yeah.
Like, oh, my
Dude,
God.
it seems like anything you leave out or open or anything, they will absolutely find it.
How do you not pick up on this stuff until you become a father? Like, I have a lot of nephews and nieces. I didn't know my brothers and my sisters' jobs were to keep the kid alive.
Hunched over, chasing the kid around?
Yeah. I always thought when they were chasing the kid, I'm like, well, just let him be. Let him be a kid. Like, let him be a kid. I'm making sure he lives until tomorrow.
Running towards certain death.
Right.
It's like, what the fuck?
They could be the greatest daredevils if you had the motivation and the training.
The good news is the kid does not go near the stairs now. Now he's scared of it, so it's a good thing. So
that'll be healthy. Having kids scared of anything.
Wait till every door gets opened, and he'll just keep opening the kitchen cabinets and just like ripping shit out of there. And what a nightmare!
All right, listen to this one. Thank you, sir. Matt in Ohio. Matt.
Yeah, wait till your kid starts talking and they haunt your dreams. I've had nightmares where my son would run around the back of a house and you can't find him, and he's yelling for help and crying, and you just can't find him.
The fuck is that about?
The same dream he has.
You will panic to no end.
What, you have like nightmares like that?
Oh, continuously. Wow. Always. And as soon as you turn your back on them, they're gone. They disappear in real life that way, too. I found my son walking up the outside of the stairs, holding onto the banister.
On the outside of the stairs.
Wow, I remember doing that.
Holy
you just
shit,
brought up
yeah.
a memory.
Yeah, there's a little lip that's about a half an inch wide, and you stand on it.
I used to love doing that. I don't know how old I was, but we had two sets of stairs in my house, and we did exactly that.
Yeah, going along the outside.
I probably was 12 or something, but I probably wasn't like 1 or 2.
You were almost 11.
Oh, Uncle Paul.
Off the lip.
And kids will always, I think, get their heads stuck between railings, like wrought iron or wood railings from a balcony or something. They'll always shove that giant head in there and then not be able to get it out.
Dude, this is how scary it is. This is why I always fucking aim for the ass or face. Kids have died because they fall asleep with their father usually, or maybe the mother too, where the kid is face down on the chest or laying on the side, and the father's in the back on a chair,
right?
And the kid rolls over and puts his face in the armpit or the father's chest, and they can't breathe.
Yeah.
And then can't fucking can't roll himself off.
Or they roll over on their kid. Yeah, it's.
Oh man, yeah, you don't want that.
Here's one. Ronnie in Columbus. Ronnie. Hey, bro.
Hey, over the weekend I was watching the game. I've got 2 other kids, Opie, so I know how it is. But this is the oldest one, so you don't really watch him as close as the
You
first
don't watch
2.
him anymore.
Right.
So I was watching the Browns, actually, and he was just crawling around, and next thing I know, I heard a noise downstairs. He had jumped headfirst down the laundry chute.
Down the laundry.
I'm telling you.
How do they even figure it out?
Well, it's right there at the bottom, at the ground level, and he was, I don't know, he just dove in. So anyway, I just ran downstairs as fast as I could, and we've got like a baby crib that catches all the dirty clothes. He's just standing in the baby crib looking at me like, what the fuck just happened?
Wow. Yeah, they have no concept.
They say sometimes kids cry because the parents react so, like, if a kid falls, the parents are like, oh my God, and then the kid just kind of reacts, but if you're casual.
Yeah, I got that lesson already. People taught me that one. Just don't react. Yeah.
If he falls.
Yeah, don't react. A couple more and we'll get out of this. Oh, yeah, this is the same story you had, Ant. TJ in Atlanta. TJ.
What's up, guys?
Hey, man.
When I was outside with my parents, with my dad working on his truck and through my mom's car, and I was standing between the driver's side door and the car, and I knocked the stick shift on the side of the steering wheel into reverse, and it started rolling down backwards down our driveway. The front door knocked me down, and the driver's side tire ran over my forehead, which left me blind. Smashed my forehead at the time.
What? Wait, you're blind?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, Jesus.
Wait.
Oh, this was all fun until this.
Wait.
call.
Yeah.
Wait, how did you get your head under the wheel? I'm sorry, man.
I was standing in between the door and the car because I opened the driver's side door.
Okay.
And I was playing inside with the steering wheel.
Oh, you were alone.
And
Okay.
It was one of the old 1970, I think it's 72, 73 car, and it had the little stick shift on the side of the steering wheel. And I knocked it into reverse, and our driveway was like a hill. And I was still standing in between the door and the car. And when it started rolling backwards, the door knocked me down, and the front tire ran over my forehead.
You're lucky you're alive. I mean, how old were you?
3.
Oh. Where were your parents?
So, well, my dad was outside working on his truck, and I got out of his vision. So, yeah, when kids start walking, they can really...
Now you're out of vision.
Yeah. Wow. That's, oh, jeez.
That's just horrible.
Wow.
But yeah, I listen to you guys every morning. Love you.
Well, what else are you
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
for all we know, you're on. For all you know, we're on television.
Oh, God damn.
Well, maybe I'll get a flat screen TV.
And match your head.
Fuck TJ.
All right.
Jesus Christ.
His name is Chuck. Then they realized he was going to be okay. It wouldn't kill him, so whenever there was a car there, they just prop his head under the wheel. Kid's handy.
Are you a blues musician now?
No, I actually want to be in radio one day, but sports talk.
Oh, right on.
Oh, wow.
So what are you going to say? By the roar of the crowd, apparently something has happened.
Well, what would you say about Wade Phillips being fired from the Dallas Cowboys?
What has he done in Dallas but win, one playoff game?
He stinks, dude.
Is that how you see it?
He should have been fired.
Is that how you hear it?
Yeah.
But honestly, Jason Garrett isn't going to do too much better because he doesn't have the talent on that roster to do much better. That talent isn't as good as people thought it was at one time.
Well, even with Roma there, it was awful, and they were highly penalized, which to me is always a sign of a lousy coach. They were so penalized; they were just terrible.
They can't really block anybody either. Anytime Romo's going back to throw, he's always being pressured. They can't run on no one. That offensive line flat out stinks.
Yeah.
Hey, when
yeah, how do you know that stuff? I know Ant was just kind of joking about it. But how the fuck do you know that they don't block well?
Right.
Because I listen to the games. I mean, it doesn't take.
I know, but if you got a shitty play-by-play guy,
Yeah, you just depend on the play-by-play guy.
right?
Do you listen on radio or TV?
Oh yeah. That's why I have Sirius XM.
Because radio is better for you.
I would
because
lie.
Way better radio, yeah, because they got to explain it much more. Yeah.
Hey, when you got your head run over, did your father run over and go, "He's okay, he's just tired"?
That's funny.
Oh, wow.
Or did your father run over and go, "Hey, this is not your bed. This is where we park the cars and buses."
Well, thank God TJ has a sense of humor. All right, TJ, thanks for the story,
No
brother.
sense of sight. You might as well.
All right, thanks,
Bye,
guys.
TJ.
All right.
Another thing I remember I did, I popped the cigarette lighter in the car, and then pulled it out, and it's cherry red, and just shoved my finger in there. I just shoved my finger right in there.
I think everyone has done that once.
I started crying. My father called me a faggot baby.
He's right.
Crying.
But
and I had like the circular little marks on my tip of my finger for a long time.
What is more menacing looking than that?
Yes, the cigarette lighter.
Dude.
They don't make those in cars anymore.
Click.
Remember you would try to light everything with that?
Oh, yeah.
Just because you could as a kid?
Now it's just a place you plug in your,
Yeah, you can't.
all your shit.
It was an actual cigarette
A
lighter.
cigarette lighter.
Who came up with that ridiculous
The car
idea?
comes with a cigarette lighter. Click.
Cherry red, that's hilarious.
Oh, it was. It was just bright cherry red. And I was just like, oh, that looks like something I want to just put my finger on.
It does look inviting, doesn't it?
It does. It's so bright and cheery. Looks like Jell-O.
I wish you would have ate it.
It's like a cherry Jolly Rancher in there I got to get to.
Imagine putting your cock head in that.
Oh, that does hurt. I would never put my cock head in there.
That thing would never fit.
Oh, no.
Even when you was a baby.
Burn one of my nuts with it.
I wish they have a contest, man. I got 10 G's.
10 G.
If you could do that for 1 minute.
Oh,
A minute.
I'm not going to just
Do it till
fucking
it
give away
cools down.
10,000.
You could not
Jimmy
hold
goes
that.
a minute. Yeah, I don't want to give up my money.
Jesus, dude. That's an impossible. I'll throw in $1 billion.
We'll call it the cigarette lighter rodeo. See how long you can last.
Well, legal's on the phone. They said we can't do it.
We can't even talk about it. Don't even talk about it. Let's say hi to Chris in MD. What's up, Chris?
Hello.
Hey, what's up, boys?
Hey, buddy.
I just wanted to get ready for potty training. My daughter would be walking around, and all of a sudden you wouldn't hear anything, and we'd find her in the closet and shitting all over the floor. It was fucking fantastic.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
And then when you try to take her pants off and she's all upset, she starts stepping in the shit and starts running all over the house.
Oh my god. I'm having a panic attack.
But isn't that why we have pull-ups?
Yeah, but you take those off. It's
Oh my god. Yeah, you bring the kid home, and after a week, you're like, this is kind of easy. That's what you think.
But it really is the first 3 weeks?
The first 3-4 months, I would say.
Shouldn't I be doing more?
Honestly, it was easy until, what day are we up to? October 1st, it all changed when he started crawling.
How protective? Because Travis is kind of a nice guy, not a violent guy. But when it comes to your kid, would you become another person if somebody was threatening your kid?
Absolutely. We were talking before the show started about this guy in Connecticut.
Oh, it's awful.
And it's just
worst story ever.
As a father now, these stories are just 50 times worse.
Yeah.
There's transcripts from the Elizabeth Smart trial that's going on that my wife was reading to me out loud last night. I was out of my mind. I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding. As a parent, what they did they described how they grabbed her in the middle of the night.
It's really this
with the knife
emotion that you can't tap into unless you become. It's weird.
Yeah, and this fucking.
I feel the same way, but only on the other side, the criminal. I can relate to that part.
The Connecticut case is infuriating because they gave him the death penalty, but they're not going to kill this guy anytime soon, if ever.
Yeah,
and they're going to argue this. Let me just read once again. Convicted last month of strangling and raping the wife and the two girls, and
burning them alive,
and then literally burning them alive in their beds, and they're arguing the fucking death penalty.
Is there
case.
an argument there? Is there really an argument there?
This guy wanted the death penalty.
Then give it to him.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
I don't
Yeah,
give a
go
shit.
ahead.
Give it to him. Because me and Ant were talking before the show. It so becomes your life.
Yeah.
This prison thing. I was telling. I don't think Ant saw it, but there was a little a video of Holloway's mom.
Natalie Holloway,
talking to Vandersloot in the jail yesterday.
Did she go over there?
Oh yeah, she got I think 6 minutes with the guy. And Vandersloot walks in. I believe he was in, I want to say jeans, but he was dressed casually. And he sat down. He had a little conversation with her and stuff. And she said she got some closure and blah, blah, blah.
Did he admit it?
I didn't get to see the whole thing because they're only showing really quick clips of it.
I don't think he knew it was her.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she snuck in with a reporter. She's not supposed to.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know any of that.
He is such a piece of shit, that guy.
But what I picked up on was his casualness and he wasn't bothered at all that he's in jail. And then his time was up with her, and he got up with the guard, and they kind of just casually walked out. And I told Ant, if prison was so bothersome, you want to see this guy coming in shackles shaking because he can't take prison anymore. But that's not what it is.
I think Peru is probably making sure that he is presentable to the media until his trial, because he has to go on trial for that girl that he killed in Peru.
Right.
But once I think he is convicted of that and he's really in Peru jail, I think he's in trouble.
I have hope that the jail system is a lot worse than it is
it's
here in
horrible.
America. I have that hope at least.
Hopefully they'll kill him.
Because, to not give these guys the death penalty immediately, this will be years if they ever kill him in Connecticut. Years.
Had she just not pull out something and shoot him?
Parents are weird like that. A lot of times they want closure. There's some I've watched them have conversations.
She wants the body badly. Yeah. That's the problem. He could give up the info what happened to her and whether she'll ever get the body back.
You get that close to him, pop.
Yeah, but she's playing the game because she really wants for closure of the actual body.
The best way to do that is probably to turn him over. This is where you have to tip your hat to Al Qaeda. They really know how to handle somebody in custody.
Oh, they certainly do.
This is how you fucking. Well, you know who you want to give him to? Give him to the Mexican cartel. Let them talk to him for 5 minutes. They get information quickly.
And I can't argue the death penalty with anyone. I don't want to listen to the other side of this argument ever. I'm hardcore too, man. If you purposely kill somebody, that's how hardcore I am. I'm like, fucking kill that person back.
That's it.
But I mean, this case up in Connecticut is so brutal, and they're gonna argue this for years. Are you kidding me? What does it take?
Yeah, what does it take?
What does it take to convict someone of the death and give them the death penalty and actually do it?
There's no doubt that this guy did it. It's not one of these cases where it's like, oh, he's saying he's innocent and this and that. He did it. It's horrendous. Mm-hmm. Kill the guy.
What?
No appeals. No fucking bullshit. None of this years of wrangling and shit. Just that's it. Done.
One of the Philly crew police officer was shot and killed a couple years ago, and the trial just happened, and they were arguing for the death penalty down there, and they're like, nah, this is not really a death penalty case, even though the guy admitted in court that he killed him because he was just being stupid.
As a cop, if you kill a uniformed cop, that's supposed to give it to you automatically.
Leaving a young wife and a child without a father, and there's no doubt in my mind that's a death penalty case. That's like I said, I'm fucking hardcore when it comes to this shit, hard fucking core. And they're like, nah, this isn't a death penalty case. And the guy admitted, I was just being stupid that day.
Stupid.
So you can be stupid and kill a cop.
When I'm being stupid, it's not killing police officers. Jeez.
Unfucking believable.
Stupid.
But I had a tough time looking at this Connecticut case. I can't even watch
This Connecticut one is really horrible.
It's one of the worst ever.
Really horrible.
Yeah, that's just...
Because the cops were actually there at the end. They followed the woman from the bank. She signaled properly. She was smart. The guy sent her into the bank to get money, and she signaled the teller somehow, look, this guy, whatever, there's a problem. The cops picked up her trail and followed her and did not immediately surround the house, which they should have, but they allowed it. I guess that was protocol.
They thought it was just a robbery and to turn it into a hostage situation. They didn't know. They didn't know these guys were lunatic killer rapists and bank robbers.
But meanwhile, the bald guy who just got convicted took the mother upstairs. He raped her and choked her after the bank, after the cops.
Yeah.
And then they tied the girls up and they set on fire. And the fucking father was able to get out the back and stagger. He lost a lot of blood And he got to a neighbor. He said, call the police or the fire department. And these guys hit the cops as they were leaving. They ran into the police in their car.
And that's how they got him.
Yeah, the cops should have surrounded the place, though, and just worked out a hostage situation. That was a terrible move.
Shit. And, like I said, they're going to...
Yeah.
They're going to argue this death penalty in Connecticut for years to come. I mean, we have the death penalty finally in New York. We go down this road a lot, I know.
Please,
we haven't used it.
We've had it since Pataki got in.
So how many years
ago?
Is it 10 years, 12 years, easy?
God, probably longer than that.
So why even have the death penalty if you're not using it?
Yeah. Ridiculous.
We have the Holloway Vandersloot confrontation if you want to hear the audio.
Yeah, I would love
to. Is it a confrontation or a conversation?
More of a conversation, really. Watch, they open the door. Look, he's all dressed nice.
Just listen to me for just a couple minutes. I have not any hate in me, Yaron. I have none. I have none for you because I don't know you, Yaron. And I'm driven around all damn day looking for a Three Musketeers that I couldn't find one. So I got a Milky Way and I made a Xerox copy and wrapped it so you'd know that I'm here because, Yaron, I know you want your life back.
She gave him a Milky Way.
Van de nerveuze Beth is niet helemaal wat we vooraf hadden besproken.
Yeah, she gave him a candy bar to probably let him know that she wasn't there for bad purpose. But just, it's like, he should just have his throat cut.
Bar of shit.
Yeah.
Hola.
But you're looking at spending the rest of your life in prison, Yaron. And I know you want to make a plea deal in Peru and in Aruba in the U.S. And I've met with the prosecutors. And I've met with the Flores family. And Yaron, I won't do anything until I get some information about Natalie. But it's your life. It's too late for Natalie. It's too late for Stephanie. It's too late for me. But it's not too late for you, Yaron, to get your life back. And you can sit here for the rest of your life. And I can sit here for the rest of my life. You can make some choices here, Yaron, and you can make the right decisions. You have your whole life ahead of you. Because I want to know what happened, and I want to move on, Yaron. I want to move on. You know, I want to, move on in my life. And I cannot close the book, and I feel as if we've lost your father. We've lost another young girl. Yaron, you don't need to lose your life here in prison and be sitting here when you're 60 years of age and insisting to me that you don't know what happened. If it was an accident, tell me. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm here.
I hope you can understand also it's very hard for me to talk to you. It's really not easy. I'm really doing my best and I know you have a very good heart, and I know that for a fact. And I don't know if you would mind just giving me some. I really have been thinking a lot, and just giving me some time to think. And
give him time.
Give me your address. I will.
Give me your address.
In de kamer ernaast.
How is she not peshying his neck with that pen?
Because there's a bigger picture. Obviously, she probably wants. She should be allowed to just cut his finger off until he tells her. Take a scissors and cut his fucking finger off.
She's got to be all like, please, just how could she not want to just shove that pen into his throat and motherfucker?
Well, Spectro says that she's trying to touch the heart of a heartless man.
No, she's not. She's tapping into his self-interest. She's trying. What she's doing is, I guess, kind of smart because he's a sociopath. I think he doesn't give a fuck. He's extort her for money. He doesn't care at all about these chicks or her. But she's trying to tap into his self-interest by saying, you can get on with your life. You can have a life ahead of you. You don't want to be in jail when you're 60. She's keeping it on him and tapping into self-interest, which is smart, I think.
He dumped her in the water, too. Come on. You're not going to find her.
Nah, you just
fucking
go out a few miles, right?
Fish food.
Yeah. By the way, that Philly case, the guy did get life in prison without parole. So.
Did he? How about death penalty?
They should do life without parole, but no interaction with other people, no TV, no paper. Once your appeals run out.
Come on.
I don't want to be crazy, but
terrible.
You should be able to play Scrabble and Parcheesi.
Watch Walking Dead.
But only with one die.
We spend most of our lives in front of a TV anyway.
I know.
So whether it's in a nice living room or a jail cell, what's the difference if you get to see all your programs?
it's just one of those things where maybe occasionally you get a dick in your ass. I mean,
only for good behavior.
I'm talking about home, not in prison.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's all fucked up. It's really just all fucked up, man. That Connecticut case is just so bothersome.
Yeah, it is.
So bothersome. So is that the end of the audio?
I don't think so.
Yeah, let's listen to the rest of this.
Niets natuurlijk.
I will write you. I mean,
Okay.
I promise you I will. It's just not something that's easy or something like that. But I really do promise you I will write you. I owe you at least that. I mean, I've made so many bad decisions and all for the wrong reasons. I hope you know that I'm really very addicted to person, especially to gambling. I mean, that's why I've told so many lies and other stuff just so I have money and so I can go gamble with. That's honestly the truth behind the reasons why I did all those things, even how horrible they were. But I promise you, if you give me your address,
Okay, I will. And this is your attorney's number?
That is his phone number.
All right. I don't really understand what this means, but, you know, I think that you lied, and I just wanted to get face-to-face with you. And, you know, I feel like when I go back in time, you're on, 5 years ago, I'm thinking, I felt like you didn't listen to me then, and I wanted to just, tell me what happened, and let me take her home.
It's always been my problem. I've never listened to anyone who's meant well for me. I've always done what I myself wanted or what I myself thought was best. And even after I should have learned from my mistakes, still always the same stuff.
Should learn from my mistakes, but
to think and do other stuff.
it's a robot.
I really do want to write you. I just need some time to think about what I want to say.
Okay.
And I would appreciate it if you'd give me that also.
I will. And I really...
Give him time.
So you know
It's
what
hurting.
I'm here is I want to know answers, and I want to know what happened.
Okay, yeah, you promised me we could only...
You want time? They'll give you time.
Yes.
And now she gives him her email address.
Oh, yeah?
Beth zich vast had voor...
Maybe they'll
It goes
hook
on
up.
forever, but that's basically it. And
Jesus.
But he's got an attorney. The attorney's going to tell him to shut the fuck up. It's not in his best interest. At this point, you got to think.
Oh, believe me, if this was the United States, there'd be a huge problem with this.
Yeah.
Like, this is some kind of hidden camera thing, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They would never allow...
He'd
the
be
guy
back
would
on
be...
the street.
He'd be back on the street if this is the
You know
U.S.
what? But this is how it should be.
It should be. She should have a bolt cutter.
Right.
And she should be nipping fingers
This is how it
off
should be.
Yeah.
Fuck protecting this piece of shit.
Imagine taking a guy and putting a hidden camera and then like bloody you start talking to him about the case.
Yeah.
They would the lawyers you'd have the ACLU.
That's
all
great
over.
that Peru is fucking...
Oh, they don't give a shit.
I can't see Peru letting this guy out early to tell her. I can't see him getting less than 25 years.
No.
For
not
two dead girls?
Peru.
So, there you go. You want to take a break?
Yeah, let's eat some of this shit.
Used to stick his fingers in the cigarette lighter all the time.
Yeah, it hurts. I can vouch for it.
All right, we could go back to the kid thing another day, but there you go.
Oh, Uncle Paul.
Hey, speaking of kids, the Jacksons talked to Oprah.
Oh, yeah, the Jackson children?
Mm-hmm. We got that audio.
Yeah.
We also have Conan's return to TV. I didn't get to see it. It was on late. I couldn't see it.
I watched a few minutes with the Glee girl.
Was it good?
Watch.
It was okay. I'm not really interested in her.
Did he?
He looks very thin and good.
Professor. Looks like a professor with his beard.
How was it, Sam?
He did a good job.
Just a good job? I thought he would be just...
I mean, it was funny, and it also seemed more like him than his Tonight Show did.
Ah!
Like, it was a lot more sort of silly and goofy and fun.
Yeah.
It didn't have that sort of Tonight Show mystique that I don't think ever fit him at all.
Yes, very
All right.
good.
That makes sense.
I got to agree with you on that one.
Well, we got his monologue and stuff, so we'll take a listen to how Conan did yesterday as well as he starts his career on TBS.
Oh, boy, she's in big trouble, Lindsay. Oh, Bubby.
Oh, no, is she?
Oh, goodness gracious. What isn't she putting into her arms, Bubby? I don't know nothing from this Jordan Vanderslut guy. I don't know what he's doing. It's all dark and handsome, I say.
Do we
know how
know?
to dish the gossip out of Tinseltown?
Yeah, I sure do. I'm really taking it to Tinseltown the way David Spade used to. What's that yellow thing on his head? Oh, ups a daisy. I thought that was the yellow throw pillow. Bubby, please get that fixed. Get it sized.
Stupid David Spade. That guy had a great bit, and then all of a sudden he wanted to be loved in Hollywood, so he fucked up his own bit.
Was that actually a good show? I never saw it.
I when he first started, trashing everybody in Hollywood, it was good. I liked it.
Yeah,
and then he
it was
realized,
kinda
oh,
good.
fuck, wait, I can't hang out with these people anymore if I continue to trash them. And then he blew it.
By the way, do you know off the record, just between us, off the mark here? I got the email because I'm not feeling too well, so I slept all day yesterday.
Jimmy.
I'm better now. I'm on antibiotics, but I took. I saw the email that Roland was asking if we wanted our guest tomorrow, and I was like, he's like, you need an answer, so I wrote yes, and I dreamt about it. I just kept dreaming about interviewing our guest.
Which one? Yeah, we got Cain Velasquez tomorrow. The UFC.
Velasquez, yeah, tomorrow.
Velasquez, sorry.
Yeah.
UFC heavyweight champion.
Yes, tomorrow in studio. That's very cool.
I'm very fucking psyched about that.
Pretty huge.
Seems like the guests are getting a lot better, just like we told the company would happen.
Roland
Weird.
does a good-
Weird how that happens when they listen to us.
Roland
Strange.
Roland will bring a lot of guests that we're like we say no to. Like he'll offer a lot, but he always presents a lot of options, which
He's
I
just
like.
got these weird connections. I don't
Yeah.
get it myself.
Do you
Everyone
want the
knows
guy-
Roland.
He's a chef for Al Qaeda. He cooks heads. No. Yeah. Woo. Hi-oh. Hi-oh.
Chef for
Yeah. He knows how to fricassee a Jewish nose. That's what they do. Oh, is Yemen really trying to be helpful lately?
Oh, yeah, they certainly
Oh,
are.
Yemen is stepping up to the plate.
Good old Yemen.
I said it years ago.
Why not Yemen?
Why not Yemen? And Lewis Black laughed at me. I knew they were coming out of Yemen, these sons of bitches. Yes.
And you heard about this new phone app? That'll be the tease going into break. I don't even know how this is possible. They got a phone app that they're dead serious about. That's all I'll say for now. So you stick around through the horse shit that we have to play in between us live. But it's a hell of an app. And we'll continue in just a bit.
In touch with the Opie and Anthony Show. Call 866-WOW-1-WOW. That's 866-969-1969. Send your questions or comments to feedback@opieandanthony.com.
Is this the Bird Poop Band? It is, right?
The band that looked up and the birds shit in their mouths from the rafters and they called the gig off.
I kind of liked Kings of Leon until that story came out.
Gig's off.
You cancel a gig because one of your guys got a little bird poo in his mouth?
Little bird shit.
What the fuck's wrong with you?
Well, look at them.
Oh, okay,
Look at
well.
them.
Oh, the Kings of Leon are great.
Yeah, but then
Yeah, you like them?
No, I was just doing top 10 things you've never heard anyone with balls say. Top 10. Ugh, why couldn't I think of a better number? It's letters thing.
They're a wimpy band, man. Their music might be good, but you don't cancel a show because you get a little bird poo in your mouth.
Absolutely. I've taken logs and done gigs.
That a boy, Jimmy, that a boy.
He's a trooper.
Oh, good boy.
We'll tell you about that app in a second, but I want to see how Conan did last night.
Conan.
I don't know. On the Twitter, people are like, yeah, you know.
The Twitter.
The Twitter, they're kind of going, yeah, you know.
Yeah, they're just kind of giving him a you know.
It's amazing. The guy's off for 8 months. They don't give him a break.
There was a big build up to his return, so I think
a fucking blimp.
I think the
Went to the Yankee
expectations
game. It was a blimp.
were way too fucking large for this guy.
Yeah,
so, he didn't suck or anything, but they're just saying, yeah, he's back. Okay.
I think everyone knew he was back when he was coming back. That's one thing TBS did. They sure the fuck let you know when he was coming back. They advertised the shit out of him.
Yeah.
But
What's
does anybody care?
Advertising. That's weird.
Yeah.
You know, the big boss down the hall was bragging that we're going to be, be in a Sirius XM commercial, and I'm like, well, they're finally doing the right thing.
All right.
And he was really, you remember the meeting? And he was pushing like, and you guys are going to be part of the commercial.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the commercial ran, and not one person has even commented about it because we're just mentioned in a lineup of everybody else.
I didn't hear that.
I thought when he said we were going to be in the commercial, we were going to kind of be in the commercial.
Really?
Not our logo for. Some people said it was on screen for maybe a half a second.
All right. That's cool.
But he was pushing it like we were in a Super Bowl commercial starring us.
What are you gonna do?
That's all right. I'll take care.
What are you going to do? You just make fun of it.
I know.
I'll take care of it
crazy.
this week. I got Chelsea and I got Leno. I'll take care of it.
Oh, damn.
We got Hollywood Jimmy.
I'll take care of the advertising.
Hollywood Jimmy is leaving us in another day, and then he's doing Chelsea Handler Thursday and Leno on Friday.
Yeah, and then I'm doing Comics Come Home in Boston.
When is that?
You are doing
Saturday night.
Can I go?
Yeah, Stephen Wright's on it.
I used to love going to that.
A lot of
thing.
very good acts. A lot of very good acts. Yeah.
When did you book that?
A while ago. I mean, I wasn't 100% sure if I was going to,
That's a strong fucking
Yeah, it's a great show
every year.
We've been to a couple of those. They're fun.
Oh, yeah. And they stopped, they used to tape them and throw them on what? Comedy Central or something?
Yeah, they put them on something.
They should continue doing that. I don't know why they don't, because the lineups are always great every year. All right, listen, Conan, here's the return to TV last night.
Please, everybody sit down, please. Please, we don't know how much time I'm going to get here, all right? That lasted longer than my last job. Thanks so much for being here. It is great to finally see you. Thank you, and welcome to my second annual first show. That's be a ritual now. Yeah. I know what you guys are thinking. Hey, it's the guy from Twitter. That's what you're thinking right now.
Wait, you mean you're Kanye West?
Shut up! I'm excited to be here, and welcome to my new show. It's called Conan. This show is called Conan. Yeah. Woo! People ask me why I named the show Conan. I did it so I'd be harder to replace.
Good stuff. Had a while to write it.
He's out. Get another Conan.
Not bad at all, right?
Yep.
That's pretty good.
Some strong stuff. And then, he continues with the monologue here.
I'm going to be honest, though. It's not easy doing a late-night show on a channel without a lot of money that viewers have trouble finding. So that's why I left NBC.
Jump down.
Ow! We added those later. But the weird thing is,
There should just be
I
a
spent all of our
button.
money on an ow machine for this show. Ow! Back after the show, we just add ow! The weird thing is this, though. I put myself and my staff through this crazy, huge ordeal. All because I refused to go on at midnight, okay? And so I work, and then I get this job at 11. It's supposed to be a big deal. Then yesterday, daylight savings time ended. Right now, it's basically midnight. What the hell was that all about? I'm an idiot. I'm a moron.
We got the summer off.
Good point. Really good point. Now, a lot's happened in the news since I went off the air, and I wanted to cover it all in one joke. Just in one joke. Yeah, then I realized that's like trying to keep an Icelandic volcano from wearing Lady Gaga's meat dress while a trapped Chilean miner cleans up the BP oil spill, comma, Brett Favre's penis.
Aside from that type of language, which I don't think is appropriate.
No, I don't either.
That's funny, man. Very funny.
Yeah, and then Ricky Gervais taped a message.
Oh, good.
And I guess he took a little shot at satellite radio.
Yeah,
which is a little weird because when he needs to promote something, he certainly is on the phone with us.
Oh, Bubba, you're never safe with Ricky Gervais. I told you that 10 years ago. He gets in your, forget it, he gets in your wheelhouse.
Do we know who we're talking to yet?
Of course you do.
What's your name?
I told you already.
What's your name?
Oh, I don't want to get into it.
Here's Ricky Gervais on Conan last night. Taped message.
Hi, Conan. I'm really sorry things didn't work out at your last gig, but I just wanted to wish you the very best of luck with your new show on TBS. I've got a really good feeling about this one. Good luck. As I'm here, maybe I should sort of bang a few more out in case you need them down the road. You never know. Hi, Conan. I'm really sorry about what happened at TBS, but I'm a huge fan of the Food Network, and I know you're going to be a great fit there. Go get 'em, buddy. Okay, one more. Hi, Conan. You know what? Screw the Food Network. Their loss is Good Morning Dayton's gain. Can't wait to catch you doing the weather next time I'm in Western Ohio. Okay, just one more. Hi, Conan. Listen, don't beat yourself up about what happened in Dayton. Now you're back where you belong, with a new show and a national audience. I will definitely be tuning in just as soon as I sign up for satellite radio. That should hold you for another 7 months or so. If he's lucky. It'd be better on radio, because he's sort of got the looks. Although his voice is a little bit annoying, so it's pathetic, really.
Pathetic. Gervais is fucking funny, man.
He is funny, but with the exception of he's got looks for radio.
Yeah.
Thanks, Nana.
Nana.
However, he is brilliantly funny.
I know that is one of the all right. Yeah, you got a face for radio. Yeah.
All right,
it's been around for a while.
Well, I'll tell you one thing.
Marconi heard that.
You don't
one.
want to get on his bad side, Bubby. I told you that such a long time ago. Conan, Ricky, who knows with all these names? Helen Bergeron signing off.
Oh, that's right.
Helen Bergeron.
I forgot it was Helen.
Oh, God. Helen.
Yuck. Kevin from Connecticut wants you to name it Bev Sheckler.
Well, that's good. Kevin can name himself. Kevin can go name one of his shoes for all I give a hoot, Bubby.
Helen.
All right, where's that app? Ann was telling me about his app.
New great app from
OnStar.
Yeah, OnStar, yeah. An OnStar app.
You could start your car right now from
I
your,
can start my
from
car.
your phone?
Yeah, why not? Boom.
But your car's nowhere
Doesn't matter.
Here.
I can start that bitch up right now. Right now. And all full diagnostics. I could check my tire pressure if I want. I don't want to, but I could. I could. Yeah. When do I need my oil changed? Oh, I could just look at right now and see what percentage of viscosity my oil is at. See if I need an oil change. Sure. I get in touch with OnStar right there. I could just touch the button. I could unlock my doors, lock my doors. Right there from my phone.
You know what's amazing? That with the ability to, that's what satellites are, the ability to do that. And they still don't have an app which will help you connect with another person on an emotional level.
On an emotional level.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. How would that work? Would it work with colors? You put your color out there and maybe match up with another color?
No, you touch somebody. I'm telling you, here's what we'll get to. You touch something, and you're through the fingers, your mood will become apparent by the way the blood is flowing or your skin tensing up. Your phone will feel it. Send it. That's why aliens don't move, because all this emotion and shit is probably a sign of being primitive, and we're probably very slowly losing it and communicating
aliens
soundly.
don't move.
No, they don't. But when you ever see alien accounts, they're always like
they don't move.
They're all quiet. And they move.
How do
I
they
mean,
put a probe up your ass if they're not moving.
No, they move, but they're not like no expression.
Oh.
Then again, that could be their alien spaceman suits.
Yes, it could be.
It's all mental, I think.
They have those tiny little mouths. It's hard to see them smile.
Yeah.
Big eyes.
They can't even go hee-lee-lee-lee.
Have they showed it yet?
No, not yet.
This is the commercial that
It's
there's
addicting.
Howard Stern. And
Right?
then,
Yeah, of course.
Bleeping hilarious. On Sirius XM, they don't bleep him. They've got all kinds of comedy channels. And a bazillion other shows.
There we are. All right. Wow.
If you're into it, it's on
You
Sirius
can't
XM.
time that.
You want an easy way to...
You can't time that.
That's not a half a second.
It's too.
This guy down the hall drives me nuts with the crap.
You couldn't hit a stopwatch on and off that fast.
He pushed it like, and we're putting you in the new commercial, and I'm thinking we got a big part in
Hey,
the
I'm
commercial.
very happy. We're actually before the million other names come
Dude!
out.
You want to see it again?
Hold on. This is a 2-minute commercial. I don't think we were on screen for a third of a second.
Let's
so
see.
someone do the math.
Hold on, we'll just talk until... I'm not going to talk through the Opie and Anthony part. Don't worry, go ahead. I just got something I want to get into.
Oh, okay.
But just play that.
Hilarious.
And I think it's important to
Sirius
realize
XM,
that there's a lot of other people they
They've got
could have
all kinds of
talked about. And
comedy
yay! Sit down. All right, that's done. Now we can really get into some other show business.
This guy sold it down the hall like whatever.
Guys,
Hey, technically,
Whatever.
if you look,
And then he won't understand why we're not happy with that.
I'm very happy with it.
Oh, stop with your horse shit.
If you
You're
look-
just as miserable as me.
below the
Will you
giant,
get your FU money together so we can have fun here?
I'm having a pisser.
if you look below the giant Howard logo,
Yeah.
and to the left of the giant NHL logo,
Where?
it says the
Because now
virus.
we're looking at a wall
Yeah,
of
right there.
logos. I mean, a wall of logos.
The virus
Where-
is such a
where?
dumb name. They won't call it the
It's-
Opie and Anthony channel.
It's
That's
to
just
the,
so
It's to
stupid.
the left, my
Where-
left of
where-
the NHL. So see
Where's
where
the, I can't even see the NHL one. There's
See
so
where-
many logos on the screen.
see where the NFL is.
Why are we supposed to be happy about this?
See NFL,
What's our name pops on?
Oh, I see the NFL.
and then
Okay.
under that is Howard,
Really? I can't even
The
see. Oh, I
fist.
see Howard. Okay, yeah.
and then under that is NHL. You see that?
I see NHL now.
Now look right next to it is the
Oh,
virus.
there it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
2 mentions. What?
Nice.
What? Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's a good one.
Well, when he said we were going to be in the commercial, you got to admit you were expecting something maybe a little different than what this is.
There it is. Look, freeze frame.
That's all I'm saying. Can you see how long it's on screen for?
Sure.
Just something about the hottest show in the history of. That'd be nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see.
Why don't you just look at the time on the...
And the guy doesn't like he.
That's down to
And
the
our-
second. We need less than 1 second.
And our
Yeah.
logo just pops up really quickly. Like they don't even like talk about it like this guy does with other channels.
How many did he name? Obviously, he's gonna name Howard, but who else did he name?
Well, he names a bunch of them.
Margaritaville, E Street Radio, and then he said hip hop 80s, 90s. And then this is comedy.
This is pretty much like not being part of the commercial. It's the same
Bleeping
thing in
hilarious.
my world.
On Sirius XM, they don't bleep him. They've got all kinds of comedy
True.
channers and a bazillion other shows that only
We're
find-
mentioned with the foxhole and blue collar comedy.
Did you get it?
Yes.
How long?
An estimate is 0.3 seconds.
So we're supposed to be happy about being in a commercial for 0.3 seconds, and the commercial's a 2-minute
Sometimes
infomercial.
subliminal is much stronger
Oh,
than,
yes.
than
That's true.
coming right
Everybody who
at
sees
you.
this is going to go out to the lobby and buy Coke during the intermission.
Well,
Hey
hopefully,
man, this is where the angst and the frustration comes from because he sells it a different way to us. We're sitting down in the office, he's like, and you guys are going to be a part of the commercial that's going to be airing any day now.
Well, look, we are.
Technically, I guess we are.
you think
That's all
about
it's
it
gotta
this
be
way.
is technically for
When
him
you're
to be
flipping-
right.
That's how he would sell it.
When you're flipping through the channels. how long-
Wait. A third of a second.
1/3.
So who's good at math here? I used to be.
I'm
now,
fantastic.
A third of
I
a,
was actually very good at math.
a third of a second.
Oh, you want a percentage?
percentage of a 2-minute commercial? How? What percentage of the
All right,
commercial
well,
are we?
there's 120 seconds and 2 minutes. So divide each second by a third, which would be 120 seconds times 3 would be 360. 1/360th
of the commercial.
Yes, 1/360th. I could be wrong.
So what would that?
Bubby, I was never any good at math. Give me a bunch of meatballs, some spaghetti, I'm happy.
360, yeah.
So what is that? Like that's point.
It's not good. It's not a lot.
Something percent.
Someone's saying 1%.
Nah, it's impossible.
No, it's not 1%.
Yeah, 1%. Wait, 1%.
Because 120 seconds.
Right.
So 1% of it would have to be over
Come
a
on,
second.
math majors, help us out.
Yeah,
we're
come on.
we're in the commercial for maybe 0.3 of a second, right?
0.3 of a second. Yes.
Yeah.
One.
Let's call it a third of a second. Make it easy.
Yeah.
We're in there, and we're not. It's less than a third of a second.
Now
But
I'm
we'll go with
getting
Well, it's kind of
numbers,
lumped
but-
in with the other comedy channels as opposed to a standalone mention.
Someone's saying 0.2% of the commercial.
So 0.2%. That's not 2%. That's
No,
0.2%.
0.2%.
That's under 1%.
Can I see the beginning
Way
of the
under.
commercial?
From the beginning?
Yeah. Oh, let me see the beginning of the commercial. I wasn't paying attention to the beginning of the commercial.
This guy was
Smell
selling
my
it like, wow, you guys aren't even going to be able to walk the streets when they
You haven't gotten
see
it
this
because you're
commercial.
okay with regular. So, even though you really want satellite radio,
Who's this
you haven't
dork?
gotten it yet because you're okay with regular radio. Really? You're okay with this much radio? Even though there's this much out there?
Oh, we're there?
Look,
No, we
call
weren't
now
there.
and get the best of Sirius XM satellite radio free for 30 days.
Yeah.
We're talking commercial-free music out the yin-yang.
Nice.
Live performances, exclusive interviews, backstage, and more. A whole
Shut
channel
Ozzy.
just of Frank, Elvis, Grateful Dead, You can tune into Radio Margaritaville, E Street Radio, hip-hop, 80s, 90s. See where I'm going here? Oh, and the sports. Like 24 hours a day, sports and sports talk. Every game, every race, everywhere. Say you're a Vikings fan, but you're visiting your in-laws in Arizona. No worries, you get all the games. Plus, it's the only place you can find Howard Stern. Personally, I find the guy bleeping hilarious. But on Sirius XM, they don't bleep him. They've got all kinds of comedy channels.
There we are.
And a bazillion other shows you can only find
Halfway
here.
through the
If
commercial,
you're into it,
for
it's on
0.3 of a
Sirius
second,
XM.
we're supposed to
One
be
easy
jumping
way
up
to
and
get all
down.
that.
Get the fuck out of here.
Nice.
We never really needed advertising anyway, but don't wave this in front of me
I
like this
like
is a
it.
big deal.
Does the Foxhole have a lot of listeners? I don't know.
Hell fucking no. We fucking kicked their ass.
Where's the Boneyard? I didn't like that they don't mention that.
No, they don't mention Jimmy.
Oh!
Boneyard.
Probably on the logo wall.
Oh, okay. Yay.
On the logo wall.
Mike in St. Louis is claiming he knows his shit. Mike, you
All
know,
right, cool.
You got your math?
I'm going to meet you in St. Louis, Mike. Doesn't rhyme.
Look at these percentages popping. Hold on. Look at these percentages popping up on the instant feed.
What, are they all different?
But they're all just horribly bad.
Yeah, they're all low.
0.002777777. What do you got, Mike?
If it's a 2-minute commercial, you're in there for 1/6 of 1%.
Sixth of 1%.
So you have to get six. We have to wait.
Times more, you'd be 1%.
Yeah. So if they pop that logo 6 times in the commercial at that length,
it would be
1% of the commercial. But they would have to pop it 6 times.
Yeah.
See, we only got it popped one time.
Only once.
Lumped in with a bunch of other channels, I'll just say.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. But, man, he waved it in front of us like this was like a big deal. See, we're moving forward with you guys.
They only put us, it was only with 3 other shows in the comedy thing.
That's not
that
bad.
they flashed on when he said, and comedy.
And comedy. As he gave a little second or two for every other channel.
And who's the dorky guy?
Yeah, really. That guy sucks.
Up the yin yang.
I don't
Really?
know what he's talking about.
Hey, man. They know what they're doing with this marketing.
I just don't like
I
him.
don't know this
Okay.
shit.
He didn't mention Oprah, and he didn't mention Martha Stewart.
Well, we were only looked at half the commercial, didn't we?
No, the second half of the commercial is about the technology.
And
Why not about the devices?
And where's this
themselves.
running? Because
No Rosie?
I watch a lot of TV. I haven't seen this
Just
yet.
on the logo
It's on
wall.
Sirius' website.
Oh, it's not just
No,
on the
I
website?
have no idea.
I haven't seen it on
was just saying
TV.
that.
Oh, wait.
Oh my God,
I have no idea where it is. I'm kidding. I don't know if it's
This
just
is
on
why
the
the less
website.
time in these hallways, it's just way healthier for
But there
this
was
radio
some.
show, man.
But wait, there were big names not mentioned, like Rosie, Martha, and Oprah.
Also, we
which
should be-
I'm wondering if they're not staying. I mean, because they weren't mentioned.
we should be, fortunate.
They
that
weren't
we
even
mentioned.
flashed.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you promote that?
Rosie was on the logo wall, but Oprah, I don't see Oprah and
How
Martha
many
on the logo
logos are
wall.
on the logo wall?
I'll tell you.
A good amount of logos.
So you count the top and then the side, and then
No,
you multiply.
because they're different sizes.
They are
Yeah,
different
count them
sizes.
all, Sam.
Oh,
Quick.
I was going to just do that and round it off.
We all would.
We're
I'm
part
not
of the.
fucking dummy, especially. Excuse me, hold on, do this too.
I
turned the monitor.
moved the monitor.
Oh,
He
goody
lost
gumdrops.
count.
Look at no, he didn't. Sammy never loses count.
It is good news that we're part of the logo wall, though. That's good news. Holy shit! What are you up to right now?
57, 58, 59, 60.
He's still counting.
Oh my god! I'll say there's
Or at least part of the logo wall. That's good.
200.
What
No.
number are you up to now on the logo?
81.
81. You can't process all these logos.
I'd say there's 180.
Yeah.
What are you up- 185.
What are you up to now?
109.
Okay.
16, 15, 32, 86, 89, 93.
Exactly. Come on,
16,
dork.
100, 103, 105, 107.
117, 29 too.
106, 5, 18.
Stop counting in
19,
threes.
33.
142 logos. The logo
142.
king.
All right, very good.
Did it.
The Logo King. Is that what you're going by
Yes.
now? It's a dumb name.
Oh,
Kind of like our name,
Oh,
except
yeah.
except it's an H and an M.
Bobby in Alabama. Bobby.
He's a homo.
Hey, just let you know, the fat chick in the Loverboy video had more airtime than you guys.
What an asshole.
Oh, he's right.
Bobby fucking
Linger a
rules
couple of
today.
weeks.
Oh, he's right.
You got to linger longer on that, but fuck, I think she beat us out. Hey, man, you freeze frame. It looks like it's a commercial about us.
Yeah. Comedy.
Comedy. The Opie and Anthony.
All right, enough of that.
There it is.
It was just presented to me in such a way that is so different than what it actually is.
Nice.
Hey, Ant, so you were talking about your app. It does all that stuff in your car, which
amazing.
is
I
cool.
love the app.
It's the future. You hear about the STD app.
STD.
I think they're testing this.
Yeah.
British health officials are hard at work on a new app that will allow users to pee into their cell phones and to find out within minutes if they have an STD.
Now,
Wouldn't you be fucking up your phone?
You're not literally going to piss in your cell phone.
So-
there must be some type of
attachment.
Is that what you're thinking? According to
thinking.
Guardian, blah, blah, blah.
The English papers are all lying.
Here's what's going to happen. You're going to attach something that analyzes your piss.
Yeah.
And then it's going to just send the information to your phone.
Right.
Okay, yeah, you guys are
And
right.
everybody else.
A smartphone app that will allow users to put urine or saliva onto a computer chip about the size of a USB chip.
Both at the same time for Jimmy. Is it urine and saliva? Piss in your mouth.
Plug it into their phone or computer and receive a diagnosis within minutes. Your mobile phone can be your mobile doctor. It diagnoses whether you've got one of a range of STIs, such as chlamydia or gonorrhea, and tells you where to go next to get treatment.
Ooh, that's pretty cool.
What about the big one, though? Come on.
AIDS, they say they can
Let's
detect.
let's go with the HIV.
They can detect that in saliva, I think. Maybe it's not as full. Dr. Steve would know. Saliva will carry the virus, but it dies instantly. Not good for transmission, but if you just want to get a general idea, you got to do a swab test, and then you just kind of wipe it on a petri dish and let it ferment.
And put a wine label on it.
Yeah, you put a wine label on it. That's good. Fuck you. But the reality is, that's a good one. Yeah, maybe Dr. Kaku can explain it.
Exactly what he would say.
Yeah.
Shit.
You're going to notice a nodule on your app. Dr. Humor.
Dr. Humor.
There you go. Let's say hi to Andrew in Boston. Andrew.
Andrew.
Hey, what's up, boys?
Hey, man.
Hey, Ope, I want to know, is it STD or STD?
STDs.
I might have to bring in some of my music fucking tapes when I was a music jock.
Shut up, man. Chlamydia is playing.
Chlamydia is on the radio.
On the radio, that was it.
Shut up. Opie and Anthony's on the commercial. Forget it. Past.
What was the line? Shut up, the Black Crows are on?
No, the Crows are on the
Crows.
radio.
Just the Crows.
Hey, why are you still talking, man? The Crows are on the radio.
Did I explain what that was all about?
You couldn't. There's no need to. Vandersloot was more enjoyable to listen to in that interview.
Well, this people
unless you'd hit your head.
There are people though that like when we go inside. I think I told Jimmy on the way home. I was playing it that way because I was so panicked that they were going to find out that me and Ant were really old. And we were talking to teenagers. Like, supposedly it was
the
18.
demo was like really young.
Supposedly it was 18 to 34, but it was more like 12 to 24 or 12 to 25, whatever that demo is.
Right.
We would have teenage girls with braces showing up at our gigs. So I'm like, if they know
Best
we're actually
fucking time of my life.
If they know that we're actually a lot older than that demo,
middle age.
Right.
So wait, so instead of like old cool guys, you want to be young fags?
Young gay men.
I know
Young
there's
nerds.
nothing I could actually say in the
I was
end. but-
miserably married.
But I'm like, well, if we could kind of sound younger, maybe they'll believe that we're actually younger.
Yeah.
I think it took 2 years before we even told anyone that Ant was married. We were scared if they knew one of the guys was married, that would
I was
hurt
hoping
us.
it would just not mentioning it would make it go away.
Yeah, we were in a weird spot up there.
Yeah, that
Whatever.
was very odd.
Trust me, beat me up all you want. I deserve it, but I'm just trying to give you a little bit of an explanation on it.
It's so funny to listen to.
What the apps? There was something.
Apps. Somebody's got an intern's got to go out for me at some point.
Stevie?
And send Stevie.
Okay.
You know what I want? I want Black Ops. I want the video game. When do the stores open?
Call of Duty, right? The new Call of Duty?
New Call of Duty Black Ops. Okay. You think Stevie can handle it?
Yeah.
Negative?
I think so.
Do you honestly think? I'm going to give Stevie one more chance.
Where is
Wait. Can I help you out with this? How far is the store that he has to go to?
Either Best Buy or Borders.
But how far is it from here?
It's only like 4 blocks.
4 blocks.
Why don't we? If he could do it within a certain amount of time, let's give him something for it.
Yeah.
How about not a punch in the face?
Exactly.
How long do you think this task should take, Kenny? And are they open now?
I don't think they're
open yet.
Oh, okay.
GH,
9 o'clock? All right, 9 o'clock they open.
I'm sorry to say this would be an empty exercise.
So the store's open at 9.
When I was an intern,
Yeah.
my first day, I had to get you a video game.
Yes, you did. Which game was that?
I believe it was one of the Star Wars PC games.
Yes, it was.
It was before the Best Buy was open, I think, so it was a little more complicated. And I think you sent me at 9:30 and gave me till the end of the show.
Yes.
And I got back after the show, but before you went home.
Before I went home. It was right when I was leaving. You went, here you go.
And you know that there is not a lot of time between show end and you going home.
And me leaving, right.
So I still got credit. I think Stevie should have 25 minutes.
25 minutes.
Because now it's even easier because Best Buy.
Well, if you want to make it even easier, there's a GameStop in Rockefeller Center, right across the street.
Oh my God!
15 minutes then.
Well, let's cut the difference. 20
minutes.
Now, do you think he'll be able to actually get it right?
Not a
is
chance.
another thing.
Oh yes, he will.
When does it?
Because I need Black Ops for
He
my
will
Xbox.
get you Modern Warfare.
Yeah, of course he will.
When does the store open? 9 or?
Probably 9 o'clock.
So whenever the store opens, right at that second he goes,
and
then
should
we'll
be
time
sitting
him.
there because
I think he should leave
that
early.
is such a popular game. If you have not pre-ordered, you're going to need to be there within like the first hour, I would think.
Yeah.
And you don't think if he leaves here at 9 o'clock, he'll be there by 10?
There's not a chance.
Not a chance.
God, you guys have no doubt that he's going to fuck this up.
I have no doubt he's going to fuck this up.
I think he won't. I think he remains untested.
I think it'll be fun.
Untested?
Yes.
He's fucked up every errand he's had to run.
We should send an intern to Best Buy to actually get you the game and send Stevie
send
across
Stevie,
the street.
right.
I'm getting intel. Best Buy opened at midnight just for this game. I don't know.
Are they open right now?
Did they stay open throughout the night though,
Yeah,
or
they
did they do a midnight open?
And
They may
other
have
people
just closed.
thinking that it might be sold out already.
Well, it might be, but we
Best
don't know.
Buy in Union Square is
How
open
about
24
Stevie
hours.
leaves right now and tries to figure it out?
Stevie,
Go.
you have.
Stevie, here you go. Come here. Watch this.
How much does it cost?
This is even
I
better.
don't know.
60.
Do you have a
about-
cell phone?
Yeah.
How
There's
about,
an answer.
so call us, or you
with
better
no-
answer your phone when we call you.
Stevie,
With
here's
no
how-
instructions.
Yeah, here's how creative you have to be.
Yeah.
It is now whatever time it is here, 7:30.
7:37.
Like
7:37
a.m. I don't know what's open. I don't know what's not open.
And nobody's going to help you.
And no one's helping you.
If you've listened, you already hear where you could go right
I
now.
am
wasn't
giving you a $100 bill right here, and I want you to pick me up. Black Ops. Now, do you understand what this is?
Video game.
He's right.
He's right. He does.
All right, that's good, Ant.
I told you he's untested.
Oh my God, I'm never getting this.
Sure you
right.
will.
You
He'll do
will.
it.
It'll be great.
Let me see the.
He'll be fine.
Yeah,
He's
there
going to
it
get
is.
robbed for your 100.
Look.
Well-
I know. Look.
Well, I was going to
It's-
set
it's
that part
Call,
up. Kenny,
Call of
thanks.
Duty,
I have
Black
something to
Ops
say.
for Xbox. Call of Duty, Black Ops for Xbox. Now, there'll be other boxes there that say Call of Duty on it.
He won't know what any of the boxes say. That doesn't matter.
See? Black Ops. Any other Call of Duty, not
They're all
good.
good.
He's just.
newest and latest.
That's right,
Stevie,
Stevie.
get to that-
Right,
get to that
Stevie,
mic.
It's the latest, the
That's
newest
this one.
one. Here, take
Hold
the
on,
100.
get the
Okay.
get to the mic.
Should he take bills instead
Now-
of 100 though? You might to pay cab and stuff.
Hold on.
What?
No
Stevie's
cab.
just going to leave the 100 in
Stevie.
the
Well,
cab.
Stevie's not allowed
Cab.
to take the subway, so
No,
he would have
can't
to
take
cab.
anything.
Stevie.
What?
What are you getting for Anthony? Repeat.
Call of Duty Black Ops
Yeah.
for the Xbox.
Very good.
Pound it out.
And by the way, for anyone out there that wants $100, Stevie's wearing a Nirvana T-shirt and a
No,
horrible
I don't want to
Islanders
get
hat.
mugged.
That's
An easy 100.
Stevie,
It's an easy 100.
Here's the deal. If you bring that back to me here before I'll even give you to the end of the show because I don't think he'll do it.
Wow.
I don't
That's a
think he'll
long-
do it.
It's 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I know. I know. I don't think he's going to be able to do it. you could keep the change
Whoa!
from the 100. Okay,
You have 140 minutes.
That's a lot of pressure.
That's not. That's zero pressure.
It's New York City.
I'll go get it
It's
for
the
you.
pinnacle of the free world.
All right, it's 7:39 right now, so
He's right. It is a lot of pressure.
is it?
This is his make or break moment.
This really is, because if you fuck this up, it's just over.
This is like what P. Diddy talks about. Everybody has one moment.
This is your moment.
Did he talk about it? Yeah, his moment was his fucking guy dying.
Exactly.
Biggie dying.
This is your Biggie Smalls murder. This is it.
This is it.
Stevie, get ready. We're going to set you loose in like 10 seconds. It'll be 7:40 right on the nose.
Yeah,
okay?
7:40 right on the nose. You have to the end of the show.
And
I want you
remember-
to bring me back the correct game.
And I want you to run out of here.
But
Here we
open
go.
the door, you'll hurt yourself.
And go.
Go!
Stevie, grab
There
this.
goes
Let's do it.
Stevie.
Grab this. Grab this.
Stevie.
No, you idiot! He just nailed you. There goes Stevie running down the hallway.
With the Pete Diddy music playing.
You think he'll get it
This
right?
is his
No,
moment.
no, he won't get
This
it right.
is his moment to shut. Where's he going?
I don't know.
He ran past it.
He just missed his
He
turn.
keeps going right through the window.
That would be great. He plummets 36 floors.
Turn this
Yeah.
up, man.
This is his 8 Mile.
This is his
Eminem,
8 Mile. Yeah.
It's for Stevie. For Stevie.
For Stevie.
He's getting out of that trailer park.
Do it for Stevie.
He's at the elevators.
See those eyes come apart?
This is it.
He is going to fail miserably.
No, he's not.
Fail.
No, he's
Epic
not.
fail.
This is it. Stevie's going to prove himself as the #1 intern in the history of the show.
He's in the elevators.
People are telling me to enjoy my Pokemon for Nintendo DS.
Yeah.
Pokemon.
I can get you a Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
We're going to call Stevie B-Rabbit from now on.
Yeah, Stevie. Come on, Stevie. Yeah, yo.
One shot.
It's one shot.
This is it.
Opportunity comes once in a lifetime, Stevie.
This show.
That song fucking rules, by
Yeah,
the
it's
way.
fucking great.
God damn it.
Oh,
we have an update
Kenny?
already? Yes,
Already?
Kenny.
Union Square has been called. They do have them in stock. So if he is smart
We'll
enough
see.
to find his way there,
This-
they're
you know
in
what this-
stock.
I hope he fell down the elevator shaft.
This episode of the Opie and Anthony Show is the radio version of Rudy. This is it.
Yeah.
This is Rudy right
Duty
here.
because he's shit.
All right, turn up Eminem again.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is it.
Come on, Blind Stevie.
He's never going to let it go. He's not going to leave that $100 bill in a cab.
Oh, no. He won't lose it.
No.
He won't get robbed.
He's not going to end up in the subway station just wandering.
No. He won't be walking back swinging the bag while some guy just runs up behind him and grabs the bag and runs.
No.
No, that won't happen to Stevie.
Dude, can we set someone up
Oh, that
outside
would be
to grab
great.
the bag last second?
Dude, that
Yeah.
would be funny.
If you send someone on the subway, he'll beat Stevie.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah, so you
No,
should do
actually, when Stevie's coming back with the bag.
Oh, you mean
to
downstairs?
run past
Just
him,
grab
grab
it.
the
Grab
bag,
it.
and just take off
But we
with
got to
it.
make believe we don't know what the
And
fuck.
have him try to come up and explain what happens
Yeah,
at the
He would
game.
have no idea what happened.
But we can't be.
He's almost blind. We can't just give him a victory.
Fuck that.
No,
This is.
fuck him.
You're assuming he's going to be successful.
He's
He's gonna
going to
go
be
victory.
successful. This is his moment.
Turn it up again.
Yeah.
Stevie.
Go, Stevie. Yeah, Stevie.
Yeah. Did you hear that? It's only success. There is no failure.
Oh, of course not. But Stevie. But Stevie.
Try to stop him.
No.
He's getting no help.
No help.
All on his own.
Oh, Hey, is there
that fucking
is there a
song.
special edition
Of
available?
course there is. It's like probably $100, and it probably comes with something that you'll never use.
I know. I just wouldn't want it to shake them up by going, oh, wait a minute. Change of plans. Special edition. I'm sure but
Wait till
you
he
know.
gets back, and then has to go back to the store.
Make him go back.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Take it back. I don't want it.
We'll see if Stevie could do this. It's his moment to shine.
This is his moment.
This is it right here.
This is it because let me tell you something. I fully intend on playing this tonight.
Oh, you will. You'll have
I
it.
don't want
and
any
you're not a fan of
shenanigans.
Blind Stevie. This could turn it around as far as you look at him.
No, I'll still hate
You still
the
hate
little
him?
fucker.
That's too bad.
The useless bastard that he is.
You're going to have that game before the show's over.
All right. Hey,
oh wow, $149. That's ridiculous.
Make Stevie pay
What does
the
it
extra
come with?
$50.
Better come with a real gun.
Fake gun.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck?
It's the Prestige Edition.
We're gonna break. We got Penn Jillette coming in, by the way, at 9 o'clock.
Ooh.
After the break, we also got Michael Jackson's kids talking. It's a little weird. Oprah's interviewing the kids.
Oprah.
And Michael's father, who's just a wonderful human being. Jesus.
See, I don't like him that much. I don't know why you think that.
And also for Sam.
Yeah?
We got our spies all over the place.
Oh, no.
What now?
PLJ, they have a bed bug parody song.
Whoa.
Bed bugs are very hot as
They
far
are.
as New York City goes. I
They
need that
are.
parody song immediately.
Well, I'll see what I can do.
I'm trying to think of what they would have done it to.
Bed bug living in my face. With this crow nesting on my chin.
Oh, I can't wait to hear the shoehorn fucking lyrics on this one.
That fucking rock-headed idiot.
If someone has a bed bugs parody song, you know we have to play it.
Oh, hell yes.
What song could it be, too?
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
It has to be a pop song, obviously. Something.
Yeah. Why are we trying to figure it out like it's going to make any sense?
True.
It's going to be shoehorned. It's not going to work. It's
We'll probably do it to
fuck is
Inagata
T-Pain?
Davida or something. All right, we'll break and hopefully have the bed bugs song next.
pee-pee.
And some other things.
The Opie and Anthony Show on the Virus, Sirius XM.
That's unbelievable. We're trying to figure out the trick play that happened at a middle school football game.
That is amazing.
Because I guess you don't have to. I guess you don't have to yell hike, right? So, huh? Wait, explain this for the radio.
It's a hysterical play.
Everyone is checking this out. CNN just showed the video.
They line up. It's a middle school football game, so they're all lined
They're
up.
calling it the greatest trick play in football history.
It's amazing. And the offense is all set. The center doesn't give the quarterback the ball between his legs. He kind of picks it up with one hand and gives it to him sideways, like off to his side.
Over his shoulder.
Over his shoulder, kind of. The quarterback just kind of grabs the ball and slowly walks across the line of scrimmage through the defenders.
Because they all stand up like,
And they're
okay,
all
this...
standing like, what, was there a penalty? Did something? Because he's not running. He's not concerned. He's not really holding on to the ball tight. And when he gets through the defenders, he just starts running. And
He almost
runs for a
tiptoes through the
touchdown.
defenders.
Yeah.
He doesn't even walk.
He kind of walks like he's sashaying
It's like
through
when
the
Cartman
defenders.
thought he was invisible. And he's,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
just sneaking
Sam,
around.
I did this in high school. I did that play.
No, you didn't, Chip.
I did.
No, you didn't.
So I did.
That is an amazing play.
I'm going to tweet it. Just send me the link so I can
The best,
tweet that
the best
fucker.
one in NFL
That's
I've ever
so
seen
weird,
was
man.
Marino doing it to the Jets.
Yeah.
When Marino was. You ever see that one?
Oh, where it's like...
Oh, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they spiked the ball to stop the clock. Show the Marino Jets one. It's genius. This is the NFL.
So Marino's telling everyone, look, we're going to spike it. We
Spike,
need a
spike.
timeout. Oh, sorry, Jimmy. I'm taking over. No, go.
Because you might remember it better than me. Because
I sort of do.
I want to see it.
Like he's telling everyone, no, we're just going to spike it so we can regroup, take a timeout, figure out what we're going to do.
Yeah.
So the Jets are sitting there like, oh, okay. And all of a sudden it's like, fuck that. We ain't spiking this shit.
Oh, shit.
I forgot the play, though. Was it a pass play, Jimmy?
I think it threw a touchdown, yeah. I believe he did.
Yeah.
Wow. How about we see that one?
That would be worst computer in the world.
How come Sam doesn't want to do this?
Oh, that's
Sam, I'm
right.
asking you to find something you want.
grudge against you.
I want to call that computer Stevie.
You know what? We'll go back to that in a second. We got Blind Stevie on the phone.
Sam, what are you doing? I'm trying to find the game.
Which is,
it says that fat fuck Blind Stevie on the phone line.
all right. We're really fast, though, because you want to set this up. We got a whole new audience checking us out right now, Anthony. About a half hour ago, this all went down.
Yes, I want Call of Duty Black Ops for my Xbox. I want to play the game tonight. It's a new game coming out. Everybody's getting it. All the kids. And I want it now, so I sent Stevie out to get it.
Right.
With no hope of actually getting it.
Give him $100.
Stevie has never gotten anything right as long as he's been an intern here.
He's been out there for 20 minutes. Really fast, Puddle of AIDS on Twitter.
Yeah.
Love this guy's sports blog. He writes, I hope Stevie gets Anthony the interracial porn Black Cocks Call of Booty.
Black Cocks Call of Booty. I don't want that one.
Well, here's Blind Stevie. Someone told me to ask him why you didn't answer his phone the first time. Why weren't you answering your phone the first time, Stevie, when we told you you have to answer your phone?
I was talking to my mom to get the right directions because I didn't want to screw it up.
Okay.
You called your mommy.
Thank you for saying mommy, by the way.
To get the directions to complete your job.
Did you say make a left at Troy's cock?
Do you understand? Do you understand what you're doing? What an internship is? Hold on, no, shut up a minute. Do you understand what an internship is? That it's no. Apparently you don't. It's you having to be out on your own and complete tasks that are put to you on your own. You're too old to be calling your mommy to figure out how to do this.
No, but she was near a computer. I figured she'd give me directions.
Hey, man, however it gets the task done.
Getting the job done.
Yeah,
Not as much.
all.
You know what? He was near a computer before he left. Instead of running out of here like a maniac, he could have gone nicely, slowly to the computer, looked it up, printed out directions, and done it that way.
He was in a rush.
For what? A rush to get lost? A rush to call his mommy? Stevie, a little update. Yeah. Where are you right now?
I'm on the corner of. I'm actually right near it.
He doesn't know where he's at right now.
And by it, what do you mean?
Wait, where is
Lens crafters.
Wait, you said he's on the corner. What corner, first of all?
What corner?
I'm on the corner of Rockefeller.
What? 8th and Walnut.
8th and Walnut. He's on the other corner.
You're on the corner of what?
I'm on 49th. I'm on 49th and Rockefeller.
I hate Stevie douchebag.
Okay.
He's a block away.
What?
He's only a block away?
You're a block away from here.
Yeah, a block away from here.
Yeah, 49th and Rockefeller.
Wait a minute, you're a block away from here.
You left a half
You're
hour
across
ago.
the street.
Across the street.
No. To be fair to Stevie,
Yes.
he's a block away from here now, but he went the other direction when he left, so he has traveled more.
Wait, why?
You know what?
Stevie.
He's a block closer than he was when he was in the studio.
Stevie.
Yeah.
Stevie, where did you go since you left here? Where have your travels taken you?
Well, I figured maybe I'd try the Best Buy, but I figured, probably not very economical. So
Where did you?
Why would that be economical?
Not very economical.
That's where you go.
It's where you go to get your games.
It's called Best Buy.
I mean, time-wise, economical.
All right, hold on. Hold on. We got more intel coming in. We got Intern Joe. Which one is Intern Joe?
He's the fat one.
He's
the fat.
He's our number one intern.
He doesn't say much, but he's
Oh,
fat.
I know, Joe. What's up, Joe?
Hey,
You got some info to add to this?
yeah, so I was sleeping about 5 minutes ago and have work in like an hour. And Stevie called me, asking me where the nearest video game
So
retailer.
not only did he call his mommy,
shit,
he's calling
love
other
this guy.
interns.
Sleeping interns.
You know what his nickname should be? Resourceful Stevie Brown. He knows
Really?
it. Yeah, he knows.
Resourceful?
Resourceful.
I don't see it that way.
Good job, Stevie.
Hey, Stevie.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Stevie, where did you go? I want to know. You've been gone for almost a half an hour, right?
25 minutes.
25 minutes. Where have you gone so far?
Across the street.
No, I went down the other way toward 7th, and then I came back around.
Towards where?
7th.
Towards 7th. So wait a minute. Wait. Why were you going that way?
Well, I don't know. I figured I'd try to find the Best Buy.
He's
but-
looking for
So
Dunkin'
you were
Donuts.
you were just going to wander the streets of Manhattan and hope you bumped into a Best Buy?
It worked for Dunkin' Donuts.
No.
So why did you go that way?
Oh.
Well, I don't know. I figured it was, because it's near Times Square. I figured there's got to be something near Times Square.
Yeah, he's right. He's right.
Yeah, because
Everything's in Times
yeah, everything's there. A bunch of tourists
He's
buy
right.
video games to play in their hotel rooms.
This fucking rocks.
Hey, he's still got an hour 55.
He certainly does.
Stevie, what's the plan?
What's the plan now, Stevie?
Well, I'm right at NBC Studios right now.
They don't sell
Oh,
video
yeah,
games.
NBC will have it.
Can get a TV
Yeah.
job.
That'll be good.
I'm just telling you where I am right now, and I'm sure I'm going to be up there soon.
Yeah.
Why are you near NBC? What is that? Like, what's near NBC?
He's just a fan of the Today Show.
I'm just telling you where I am.
Yeah, where are you going?
Yeah, where are you
Yeah,
going?
where are you going?
When you hang up the phone, what's the plan?
I'm going to Rockefeller.
You're there already.
You're going to Rockefeller. What?
That's right.
Rockefeller Center?
No, Nelson. He's going to ask if he has a copy of the game.
Is he still moving, or is he stopping to take the call?
Yeah, are you?
He's going to Rockefeller. That's where they have games.
What? Yeah, where are there games there at Rockefeller?
In the
No, I'm
center.
going to the GameStop that's near there.
They don't know. Never mind.
Oh, okay. Oh, the GameStop.
All right,
I got
all right,
you.
Fair enough. All right, Stevie.
All right, Stevie.
Well,
All
thanks
the
for
information about what stores were good were said while he was in the
Right,
studio.
right.
so
That's
that'll be
okay.
good.
How bad would?
All right, Stevie.
How bad do you want a Stevie app where we could just watch his progress on a
Watch him
screen?
go. Oh, just track Stevie.
Oh my God!
Oh
just
my
going in
God.
circles and
Oh, it looks like when they
backtracking.
look like when they tag a shark and you follow like his feeding patterns.
It's like a family circus cartoon. Oh, look, here's where Dummy walks over the tracks and through the crib.
All right, Stevie. Thank you.
Thank you, Stevie. Thank you. Looking forward to seeing you. By the way, Stevie can't hear us, right?
No.
Because he's away. That store is closed.
Yes.
Yeah, they don't open until 9 o'clock.
They don't open until 9 o'clock.
And there's no way he's going to find it.
No, he won't find it. He's at Rockefeller.
Yeah,
He's gonna be-
Rockefeller.
He's already a half hour into his task. Where's the M&M music? This is Stevie's fucking moment.
Hour. A half hour.
It's Stevie's moment.
He's accomplished going one across the street.
But in a
he's
half hour.
accomplished crossing the street.
You don't like Stevie?
I hate Stevie.
But I'm going to explain this to you.
Yes.
That's one block more than he was a half hour ago.
All right, that's
and that's
good.
where we're at with Stevie.
Yes, Stevie.
Yeah.
If I'm wrong, isn't that store underground?
It is
Yes.
underground.
Oh, he'll never find it.
He's not going to have an easy time
Oh my
with it.
God, it's underground.
The only way he found the Dunkin' Donuts underground is because he smelled it.
Yes,
And
of
that's
course.
true.
He did.
I don't think he can smell
You
video
can't
games.
smell video games.
can't.
Although when you open that box up and smell, it's very.
he
bad.
won't have
smells great.
Oh, it really is.
He won't have the opportunity to open the box until he brings you your game before 10 o'clock this morning.
It's gonna happen.
You think so?
Cashes in.
Hell no.
I hope he isn't spending that change right now,
Probably is.
because I don't think he's gonna earn it.
No, he will.
Turn this up for Stevie,
Yeah,
baby.
Stevie.
For Stevie. It's your moment,
Stevie,
Come on.
half an hour he's across the street. Half an hour he's across the street. Yeah, Stevie. Yeah, he's losing himself, all right. You bet. Not in the moment. No. On the streets. Yeah.
He's unstoppable.
Oh, is he?
He's unflappable.
Times Square he went to.
Times Square.
Times Square.
He's smart. He said,
That's-
I'm not sure where to go,
Times
so I'm going
Square.
to go to the epicenter of the cultural world.
The crossroads of the
universe.
The world. Yeah, yeah.
And another thing, nobody told him that it's downstairs.
Yeah.
He'll be able to
There's a
figure
lot of
that
shops
out.
above ground and a lot of shops down.
He's going to be looking and going like, I have no
There's
idea where
so
this
many
is.
people out there that he could ask too, man.
I
He's
hope he ends
resourceful.
up on the skating rink.
Classic.
Slipping and sliding at the skating rink in front of Rockefeller Center.
He's going to be
Going, this
sliding.
basketball court's very slippery.
It's slippery. I'm on some ice. Apparently it
no, he
snowed.
wouldn't. He wouldn't know it was ice.
It's just very slippery.
He's going to be sliding back through that door right there before 10 a.m.
We'll have
Your
to-
game in hand.
All right, man.
He's going to do it, and he's going to gain the reputation of greatest intern ever.
Oh, is he?
Unless intern David
Yeah.
comes back.
Oh, I miss David. Where is he?
I'm working on booking him.
Vandersloot will sooner bring back Natalie than he's coming back in my fucking game.
David might come back. We have to book him now.
I'm working on booking him because
We have to book the intern
I
David.
want him back.
well, there's a guest we might be getting that I want David to have a reunion with.
Sure.
Oh. His rabbi that
I just want to
did
know
his bris.
I just want him to answer this question: why he ran away from me dressed in a fucking suit and tie when I saw him when I was having breakfast with Patrice one morning.
You guys are intimidating people. You're big stars, celebrities.
He saw me, panicked, and ran away like I
You're a Gentile.
Like I might be onto the fact that he might be interviewing or something.
No.
No.
I didn't see you. No.
You miss him, don't you?
I saw him every day of my life.
That Stevie is a complete idiot.
Buffoon, you think?
He is the dumbest individual.
He's giving us great radio.
I won't say he hasn't.
By the way,
but it's by being a complete idiot.
By the way, I posted the video of him dressed as Paulie the Penis, trying to get his revenge on Bobby Lee, and Bobby Lee said, "Well, fuck, you want to
Bobby
play?"
Lee had his
He
way
said,
with him.
"What did he say? Level 8?" And he took all his clothes off.
Yeah, took all his clothes off and started humping.
And then Stevie blew off the character immediately.
Yeah. He pointed at it. He said, "Just so you know, then I'm gonna have to take this to level 8."
He couldn't stay in character.
He was going to teach him a life lesson.
Yeah, it's on my YouTube channel.
A
Open
life
Radio.
lesson. There it is.
It's in one channel. I fucked up. iMovie fucked me.
Oh, damn.
How'd iMovie fuck you?
I can't believe it's.
Why would we put us on
It's in one channel.
It is in one channel. I'm sorry. I fucked it up.
In one channel.
Why'd you do that?
Because I had to edit and I had to put video in place of the nudity.
Oh, it's nudity.
And I'm here to take down Bobby Lee or give anyone else who wants it sex
What's
advice.
wrong with him?
Stinks.
He's terrible.
It's a good character.
It's not a good.
No, it's
character.
not.
Stresses a penis.
No.
You're going down, little man.
I hate the way his arms point like a midget's arms.
Yeah, he's trying to.
The Asian persuasion is going down.
People are saying this is our version of a retarded kid, scoring a touchdown.
Yeah, now it is.
Relax. The mission we gave him today.
Now he's feeling all confident.
Yeah.
He's jumping on Bobby Lee, and then Bobby Lee just has had it with him.
Being aggressive with my neck and stuff, and I'm almost mad, but like.
I'm almost mad.
Bobby Lee's the best.
He's hysterical, man.
I can't be aggressive with you. Yeah, but I wasn't doing head like wrestling moves. I was just getting sexual.
We don't have to play the whole video.
I was just getting sexual.
Sexual.
Yeah. You can play it to where he gets naked. That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, Stevie, you have his neck. You gotta,
I want to take you down.
I want to take you down. What does he even mean?
This radio show. He does.
It's a pink outfit, which is really
Paulie the Penis, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that's fair. Bobby, you want to get into your outfit?
Okay, but let me just say it's gonna be level 8 now.
Yeah, there you go.
Bobby Lee is the best.
All right,
He's
Bobby's
going to
getting
level
into
8.
his outfit.
Look at how out of shape he is. He's
All right, well, this guy.
He just
All right,
completely-
Bobby's getting into his outfit, which means he's completely
That's
naked.
fine. Oh, Roland's face.
Get away from
Instead of nudity, I had Roland.
He's
completely naked. Then
He hides behind Sam.
Yeah, then Stevie bails on the fucking character. You can check out the rest of the video for yourself. A lot of visuals in there to cover up the nudity.
Ah, goddamn.
But this is going to be, I mean,
You only hear it in one ear, though. It's fucking.
I fucked up. Like, see, basically, I wanted the audio track, and I had to replace the video. And the version of iMovie I got, it's not that simple. So I
No?
was doing something else, and then I didn't realize it was only happening in one.
Ah,
one channel.
shit, yo.
So I got to go to the Apple Store and figure it out, or get the new version of iMovie. I'm teaching myself all this stuff finally. It's about fucking time.
You're like Stevie learning new things all the time.
That's right, Sam.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
Stevie with
That's right.
Good old Stevie with my game. Yeah, good luck to me.
$100.
And $100.
He's 35 minutes into the task. 35 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
Can you fucking believe that?
35 minutes.
He's across the street, though.
Weren't we originally going to give him 15 to 20 minutes?
He was.
That's why I said give him the whole fucking show.
He was in the location. I said if you're getting the game from that location, give him 15 minutes. 25 minutes later, that's the location he was in without getting to the store yet.
I know how inept he is.
Really?
That's why I'm like, give him the whole show. He's not going to be able to do this.
But here's the problem. Now we're a man down, and all of the tasks, the important things that Stevie was going to get done for the show.
Yeah. What does Stevie actually do?
Well, sometimes Kenny has him stand outside the studio on guard.
On guard. He's blind.
Yes,
the hell is he
and
going to
not very strong.
No, he's a dunce. Oh God!
All right. What are we doing? We don't have the
Whatever.
Bedbugs parody song.
No, but
damn.
Scott and Todd is being monitored, so if they know it's good for him, they'll never play that song again.
True. We got Jackson's kids on Oprah. Oprah's getting fucking everybody for her last year, man.
Yeah.
I'm finding myself watching Oprah almost every day.
Oh,
faggot! What are you gonna do?
Oh, I hear you,
What are
Bubby.
gonna
Isn't she
do?
entertaining?
Bubby.
Oh, she talks to everybody, this one.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
He's gonna have Bush on.
Yeah.
She having George on?
She's gonna have Georgie on.
George W. has been going around with his book there, his memoirs. And you know what? A lot of people are liking this guy these days. It's amazing. He goes on these shows and he comes off as a likable fella.
He's a great politician.
Yeah,
man.
I was never a Bush fan, but he's coming across a bit lovable
When
right
he's
now.
not
It's
the
really
president,
weird.
people seem to like him. When
Yeah.
he's not the president, when he doesn't have Dick Cheney near him.
He explained his stance on why he became as pro-life as he did.
Oh, really?
It's true, too. His mother...
Was he drunk with a hanger one night?
No, his mother had a miscarriage, and she showed him the fetus in a jar.
Ah.
And I guess...
Fetus in a jar.
And but he looked at it and he goes, "That's a life." Like I think she said, "That's a life," and he goes, "That could have been like a little
Then
brother
he drank
or sister."
Drunk.
Sent it off into the military. But I mean, it's like he did explain why he was kind of like that.
Yeah?
Yeah, he is coming off as a lot more likable.
He seems like a fun guy when he doesn't have any power.
Dude, he's the, of all the
he
ex
doesn't have any power. You're right.
He's the funniest of the ex-presidents.
Yeah.
He's the guy I would most of all the ex-presidents. I think you'd have the most fun talking to him.
Yeah.
More than Clinton even.
Yeah, and he really gets in depth into what he was feeling during 9/11 and the war
and
the weapons of mass destruction that weren't there.
The whole Kanye West incident.
Wow.
Yes, you know,
That
we
bothered
shouldn't forget that. He said it was one of the worst things that happened during his presidency.
Was when Kanye said he doesn't care about black people.
One of the worst things that
He
happened during
said
his presidency.
One of the worst things that happened during my presidency is when Kanye West, you know, implied I was a racist.
But the best part of that video is stupid Michael Myers just standing there awkwardly. He doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Why would he speak up and just go, "What?"
You've seen the? I forgot that about
It
that
just-
video.
it just
Did you
stinks.
see the video?
Michael Myers, yeah,
Michael
yeah,
Myers
yeah.
is like, that's not on that's not on the teleprompter.
We had Michael
Is
Myers.
it teleprompter? Prompter? How do you say
Prompter.
it? I want to
To
start saying
prompt
words
somebody.
right.
Teleprompter.
Figure it's about time I say words right.
I'll be
already.
happy to correct you.
It's
Thank you.
teleprompter.
Start doing that.
Yeah, look at Michael.
Look at Michael Myers. He's
The
like,
landscape of the city has changed dramatically, tragically, and perhaps irreversibly. There's now over 25 feet of water where there was once city streets
Do
and
Austin
thriving
Powers.
neighborhoods.
pause. So Mike Myers does his part perfectly.
His
Yes, he
blah,
does.
blah,
Does it
blah,
perfectly.
blah.
With his JFK hairdo. Holy shit.
It should be
And if you're looking at
post-drive.
Kanye,
Yeah.
like Kanye knows, he's like,
Kanye's
wow,
winding up,
I'm
yo.
not going to read that cue card.
No, motherfucker.
And Kanye, yeah, he's like, fuck that.
Wait till this
And
happens.
listen to this.
I hate the way they portray us in the media.
Look at Mike.
See a black
He's like,
family
that's not on the
that says
card.
they're looting. See a white family that says
Mike's
they're
looking for
looking for
help.
food. And you know, it's been 5 days because most of the people are black. And even for
Oh
me
my
to
God, Mike Myers
complain
is
about, I
just
would be
looking
a
at him.
hypocrite because I've tried to turn away from the TV because it's too hard to watch. I've even been shopping before even giving a donation. So now I'm calling my business manager right now to see what is the biggest amount I can give, and just to imagine if I was down there. And those are my people
Mike's
down there. So
gulping.
anybody out
There was
there
a gulp in
that
there.
wants to do anything that we can help with the setup, the way America is set up to help.
Yeah, baby! He should just start
the
doing that.
poor, the black people,
It's like, holy shit.
the less well off, as slow as possible. I mean, this is Red Cross is doing everything they can. We already realize a lot of the people that could help are
shakes
at
his head
war
for Red Cross.
right now,
Yeah,
fighting
fast.
another way, and they've given them permission to go down and shoot us.
What?
And subtle, but in even many ways more profoundly devastating is the lasting damage to the survivors.
God!
And now he rubs his nose and then he reads what was written for him.
And he's trying to read. He's like, blah, blah, blah,
And while
blah.
Kanye West is going on and on, your instinct is to nod, but Mike Myers is like, I better not nod for any of this because I
Yeah.
don't know where he's going.
They're giving permission to shoot us.
Right.
It's like, Hamna, Ed Norton.
Deep sigh and then back to reading.
Yeah.
See, everyone focuses on Kanye in this clip, but
No,
the
Mike
beauty is looking
Myers
at Mike
the
Myers
best.
trying to handle
He is the funniest.
Because he keeps looking at him like, I won't look as awkward if I just nod at this.
Listen when Kanye...
He nodded at the Red Cross part where he could nod.
When Kanye stops talking and Mike comes back in, he is flustered. You can hear it.
And then he goes back to just reading what's on the card.
And subtle, but in even many ways more
Subtle,
profoundly
but
devastating is the
even
lasting-
many ways.
You could read his mind. He's basically in his mind going, holy shit.
Why am I the guy next to
Holy
him?
shit.
He's doing
If I trip up, my career's over.
How does this clip end?
And subtle, but in even many ways more profoundly devastating is the lasting damage to the survivors' will to rebuild and remain in the area. The destruction of the spirit
Did
of
you
the people
hear
of
me,
southern Louisiana and
motherfucker?
Mississippi may end up being the most tragic loss of all.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Mike Ryan just looked over at him like,
holy shit.
wait a minute, did you just say that?
Why did you say that?
This clip is I forgot how funny this is.
It's the greatest clip.
I forgot how fucking funny this
What
clip
makes it
is.
funny is to just break it down. Mike's
Holy
like, what
shit.
the fuck are you doing to me, man?
Oh,
I haven't had
my
a hit
God.
movie in 5 years. Leave me alone.
He turned 90 degrees and looked directly at Kanye like, what? Yes, Jimmy?
No, I'm thinking of his reaction.
Oh,
I'm in the middle on this one. Like, I kind of like that Kanye said that.
Really?
It's hard to argue when people were down there just being fucking in the Astrodome. It was handled horribly.
I'm not even looking at this politically. I just think it's
Yeah,
hilarious.
It is very
hilarious.
funny. Look at Mike Myers' just gave him his grade.
That's what I love about this is that Mike had no fucking clue this was going down, and he's just like, "What the fuck, dude?"
You also have to respect that Kanye West can go out and act like a dickhead wherever he goes and do stuff like this, and he still sells millions and millions of CDs.
Yeah,
Mike
and he's never
Myers-
penalized for it either. So he's never penalized for it.
Mike Myers can't go on TV and say that George Bush doesn't.
No, he'd never make a movie
doesn't
again.
like black people.
Kanye's
or
never
whatever.
been bigger.
Yeah, go back again because the look Mike Myers gives when he turns toward him, like, what the fuck? It's priceless. This clip.
To rebuild and remain in the area. The destruction of the spirit of the people of southern Louisiana and Mississippi may end up being the most tragic loss of all.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Please call.
Oh my God! And then they just cut the camera.
And Chris Tucker's like,
Hey, man.
What
the fuck are you talking about this, man? Why he been saying that shit?
He's been at the cellar a lot lately.
Tucker?
Yeah.
Is he funny?
I didn't see him go on.
I know he's funny in movies. I'm just saying on
Yeah, he was a
stage.
stand-up, so he's getting back in a stand-up. How, but isn't that? But when you listen to Mike Myers' uninspired nonsense that he's reading,
I know.
there's no life to that.
No.
And the destruction of the spirit,
actually-
and he just comes right out with it. George Bush doesn't care about black people.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
I'm not really a fan of Kanye, but I respect that.
Yeah, at
'Cause
least he was honest.
I think with these award shows and all that, they should just make these people, if they're that talented, go out there and say some
And
shit.
speak your mind.
Just
Guy
say some shit.
Guy was speaking ignorant shit.
Yeah, whatever.
He
but at
was.
least-
I
but at
love
least
Kanye
he-
West.
Fuck him.
At that moment, I liked him.
Fuck him.
Taylor Swift, he annoyed me, but that moment I liked him.
Fuck him.
He was right to say that.
Just out of nowhere.
Oh, he was not.
George Bush doesn't like black people.
I'm not saying that.
Doesn't care about black people.
I'm not saying that Bush. It was 100% accurate to say it, but the way it was handled was fucking
But if we,
horrible.
but if we go back to that time again, you know, you can look back in hindsight. But if you go back to that whole thing, no, everyone thinks the country and the government is always prepared and ready. We saw what happened on 9/11. We saw what happened with Katrina. It's not the government can't be there as your mommy and daddy to fucking take care of you when something goes wrong. We'd like to think it does. We'd like to think the response is instantaneous during disasters. It's not. And the motherfuckers should have fucking left. That's what everybody said. Should have fucking left. Should have heeded the warnings. And there was looting going on. And it wasn't just white people that were taking stuff and saying they're feeding their families and black people looting and saying they're looting. If a white person's taking a television, they're not fucking feeding themselves. If they're going into a store to get food, yes, then they're not looting. They're feeding themselves. But if you're taking a fucking big case of Heineken and crossing a little river with it, you're looting.
And you're right, it's not instantaneous, but there's a line between not instantaneous and 5 days. There's a balance in there, and Bush admitted he didn't do it right.
Yeah.
He should have touched down.
It could have been handled better, but I don't think it was because of anybody's hatred toward a fucking race. Just stop it. There isn't this blatant fucking racism that kept help from getting down there.
I don't
think
it was a hatred, no, but I do think that it was handled terribly. And look,
it was handled terribly.
When you're called Federal Emergency Management something, look, that's what taxes are for. I mean, we pay taxes, and you have the right to expect the government to react when it is a flood situation. You have the right to expect.
Absolutely agree with you that it was handled horribly, but I don't think what Kanye was saying is it was handled horribly because of racism. That's not the truth. Logistically, that was a pain in the ass.
Yes.
People couldn't get out. You think it's that easy for people to get in? You remember there were helicopters flying over, fucking cutting roofs open, helping people. You can't just drive any vehicle in there. It was flooded. It's not like everybody thought it was so accessible. How the military could get in, they got equipment.
Can I ask you something, Ant?
Yeah.
Now we got the black guy with the.
Love that guy, the Heineken looter. He's been on every.
Let's say
ever.
Let's say there's a major disaster in New York City, God forbid, and you know, people just can't get food, beer, electricity.
Dream come true.
All that. Do you believe white people would go and do the same exact thing and loot stores?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Thank God you said
If people start starving and shit.
Thank God you said yes.
I think the only reason you saw more black people was because the population is more black people down there. That's why.
I think
the response to that, though, is really bad.
Yeah, but I don't think it was racially based.
It's hard. I'm not going to say it is, but it's hard to make. It's like when you see the way other tragedies or the urgency the government has responded to other things and the way they handle that. And it's like, it's one more time to go, oh, no, it wasn't right. I'm not saying that they all said, hey, fuck niggers, we're not going to help them. But it's like, it might have contributed to some kind of an indifference because there was other families that I think were getting better attention than they were. 5 days is inexcusable.
I just cannot see it that way. I can't see it as being racially based. The reason why help wasn't sent in a timely fashion. I just think it was logistics.
And Ray Nagin is black, by the way. The mayor of New Orleans was black, and he was incompetent, and he did a terrible job. I'm talking about the federal government, not Ray Nagin.
Well, how about we go with the recent one, the oil spill? You would think they would have had a hell of a lot more going on right away.
Just like
people yelling and screaming. When are they going to fucking
so
start
much
cleaning this
time
shit
went
up?
by,
Why aren't they
was-
bringing in
But there
the
weren't-
heavy equipment and the big ships?
But there weren't people drowning with the oil. The oil spill was horrible, but there was not the immediate threat to fucking people, like being holed up in the Astrodome. I mean, that was an immediate threat to a lot of people.
Right.
And it was handled. The government has the ability to respond a certain way, and it was like if they were just trying to come in, and I just think the way that the government responded, I was watching. What the fuck are they doing? It was like a non-response, and because they were worried about other stuff, and they knew it was coming. Look, these people who were stuck there were not exactly rich people. I mean, it's hard to just uproot and leave everything when you know you're going to be ripped off. And there's a lot of people that don't leave an area when volcanoes.
And look what happens.
They die.
They die.
They do.
But it's what happens.
And the weather's wrong. The news is wrong so much. I think a lot of people just didn't have the fucking means to leave everything and then come back and find that all this shit has been taken.
I think they took things a little too lightly.
Probably right.
I think a lot of people looked at it and said, "Oh, another hurricane, or whatever."
Probably.
And they were warned about the levees, and it hit and flooded the place, and you couldn't get shit in or out at that point.
The media got in. The media was there in a day and a half, whatever. It was like if it was 2.5 days, 2 days, I would agree with you 100%. I'd go, you're right. It's just it was a tough one to respond to. But the length of time got to the point where it was laughable.
I can't see it being racial. Where's the upside of not sending help in because of race? Where's the upside of a government to not send help in based on race?
It's not. I don't think it's ever looked at like that. Like nobody says, "Hey."
Kanye said it.
No. But I'm talking about the people. Fuck him. I'm talking about the people who are doing it. I don't think anybody's actually going, "Fuck the spooks." I think it's more subtle than that because there was other people that needed to be helped. There was a lot of white families, and they were in an easier location. I just think the sense of urgency was less. I think a lot of times you don't actually speak that stuff out. No one in the room actually says that. It just is, and it's it's like certain. You can't win the argument in court. You know how we know certain things about this fucking guy running this mosque? We know where his heart really is, but you can't prove it in court. I mean, maybe that's a too extreme an example, but sometimes you can't point to this is the exact proof just to make it your argument right. You know, I can't.
So is there a conspiracy of people, or is it one guy that wasn't giving the order to do something, or all the heads of FEMA and like what?
I think obviously, I also think the poverty level is a big part of it too. The fact that it's a very poor area, poor people are always going to get less help than rich people. I mean, that's the reality.
I agree.
Across color.
I'll go with class-based than race-based any day.
And a lot of the people that could help are.
I think
thank you, Kanye.
I think if
he had something to say.
Yeah,
I think if a bunch of guys are in a room, FEMA, and they're talking about what to do with these funds, and they have a few areas to hit. They're like, we got to get down there. No one is saying, I don't care about those fucking blacks in that fucking Astrodome or wherever they were, the Superdome.
Yeah.
But they were like, but first, we got to get to this place. We got to get to this place. Let's send these people here in Mississippi. It's just done like that. Nobody in the room, and if you asked them, they would deny it, probably even to themselves. But the reality is, you watched what happened.
I think it's a combo of both. I really do. I think you're both making good points. I think it does depend on how much money you got.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I also think we were caught with I hate to say it like this, with our fucking pants down.
Yeah.
But if they knew it, the government knew it.
But look at like when JFK Jr. went missing over fucking the ocean. What they did to find him, because he had so because of who he was and how much fucking money he was worth.
Yeah,
just to throw him back. Obviously, that old
JFK
gag,
Jr.
but
you know, you got to make sure the ships are out there. For
But look at how they respond to the California fires. People lose homes, but I mean, they really fucking respond, and you know that they're doing
they're multi-million-dollar
everything they
homes,
can.
right?
Everything they can.
God, if Lindsay Lohan lost her house or something, that's tragic.
I could bring
don't disagree, Bubby.
I could bring it back very local. Like I bike in the park all the time, Central Park, right? And Upper West Side and the Upper East Side of the park is beautiful. And I do the whole loop, so I have to go all the way up to like the Harlem area.
Whoa!
And you notice how much they don't take care of the park as well up there, and that's a poor area. It's obvious to me.
And poor people don't a lot of times make their case any better either because they mistreat their areas. And
Yeah, I don't
they
know
would
what that's
say,
about.
well, it's a culture of not feeling like you have anything, so you know, whatever their argument would be.
Well,
but a
break
lot of
the
times,
culture and take care of the park.
I
clean
agree.
it up.
A lot of times, poor people don't make it any easier on themselves by pissing in their own elevators. It's like, come on, guys, stop it.
All of a sudden, the fields aren't as nice.
Yeah.
The bike paths themselves are a little. I'm serious. I see it.
Oh yeah.
You know, my little dumb exercise that I see every day.
Right. You know, I'm sure you're paying a lot more taxes where you live than they are up there.
Right.
And that money will be allocated to your parks and not to their parks.
You could ride up the Hudson River on a bike path. It is fucking beautiful and smooth on the Upper West Side, but you get a little too far north. I'm telling you, man, your tires are popping from the glass and the bolts and the shitty pavement.
I don't like Kanye.
You notice it changed like instantly.
Yeah.
I think he's a coddled baby, and I think that he gets away with things that a white performer would never get away with.
No.
I'm just saying in that instance,
I agree with that,
like the fact that he went off book and said what he wanted to say, because Mike Myers was reading that uninspired dreck that was written. And the loss of spirit, that fucking nonsense, that lip service.
Babble.
And Kanye got a reaction.
Kanye certainly did.
And I think Kanye's a twat, basically. I really do. I think the fact that he took that from Taylor Swift, somebody should have knocked his teeth out for it.
Yeah. Took a little moment.
But once again, it comes back to Mike Myers.
Right.
Hilarious. Just like, what are you doing to me?
Right. More important than anything is Mike
He's
Myers'
like,
face during that clip.
Has that, what the? But I just trying to do the right thing here. Why do I have to be a part of this?
Just trying to raise a little money for some people. Kanye.
Oh,
jeez.
Is this blind?
Oh, let's see. An hour later.
55 minutes.
Let's see.
It's okay.
55 minutes.
All right.
Yep.
Sam's laughing. Something's
Stevie.
wrong. Something has to be
The mic
wrong.
is right here.
The mic. The mic. Not the mic. The mic.
It's about
Get
time.
the mic.
Stevie handed him something. Hi, buddy.
Why are you out of breath?
I ran to get up here. I was online, and as soon as I got it in my hands, I said, I got to get this there as soon as I can.
You can't run in the elevator.
I have complete faith that
How old are
Stevie
you?
did the right thing.
I'm 19.
You shouldn't be out of breath at 19.
Well, it was Anthony, so I figured I got to run as much as I can.
It's Xbox 360, Call of Duty, Black Ops.
Tell me it's the right game. Say it's the right game.
Get ready with that music.
This is the right game.
Skip the music!
Or not.
Oh, E-Rock.
Or not hit the music for the
Yeah,
big,
that's cool.
the big finish.
Oh, no.
It's a good thing
I'm
Derek's doing
sorry.
production. That's
Eric,
good.
Eric just messes with the board and sticks something in profit that's not supposed.
Oh,
Why wouldn't you
What
have
are
the
you
big
putting-
fucking finale with the
jelly
M&M
donut?
music?
He gives me a call and says, "Hey, I gotta go take a shit. Can you come down here?"
That's exactly what happened to the Exxon Valdez.
He's taking a shit.
Fuck is, he makes it so
E-Rock is
easy.
taking a shit.
E-Rock is shitting.
And we didn't have the big fucking victory music for Steve.
Because I've got the music. I hit the button. I turn on the pot. Sorry, go ahead.
I go home kind of guilty that we beat the shit out of E-Rock
Who's it?
sometimes. I really do. But he makes it so fucking easy on a day-to-day basis.
You're going to do that.
And you have to realize,
Did you get
too-
my game?
Did you get his game out of the
It's in the
garbage?
garbage.
It's in the
Anthony,
bag.
is it the right? We're going to try this again. Take two. Is it the? Look at the box again.
Oh, let me look
Okay,
and
well, look
make.
again.
I'll make sure.
Just make sure. Look at the box.
I'll make sure.
You wanted
see.
Xbox 360.
Call
by
of
the way.
Duty,
Call of Duty.
Black Ops, Xbox 360. This is the right game.
Yes, Steve!
Yeah.
The music.
I'm blaming Eric.
What happened there?
Yeah, what happened there?
Troy was explaining to me why Eric made a retarded decision.
You have to realize that Eric spends, you know, he's supposed to be on the board. He spends half the morning looking for reasons not to be standing behind that board.
Oh,
Get
really?
someone that wants to be behind the board.
I've been yelling about Derek being there for years, and I've been overridden. No disrespect to Travis, but
Derek
he
was
was great
always
on the
very
board.
good,
But
yes.
people think he's more valuable doing production. So
Yeah.
I
Why did
disagree.
E-Rock have to shit?
Oh, why?
Because
Jeez, when you pack fucking food
Got his
down that
breakfast
gullet,
wrapped
his
up.
breakfast is still wrapped up on the board.
Unwrap his
Shitty
breakfast.
homemade ice
What is
cream.
it?
Unwrap his breakfast. I got to
what
see
is
what
his
he's
breakfast?
eating.
What's he eating? Is he trying to lose weight?
Well, he saved half. From
What is it?
Oh, it's an energy wrap. Ugh.
Bring it in, bring it in.
Smear it on the window right in front of the
No,
board.
Jimmy, put
So
your
he's gotta
put your
look
mushroom
at it.
head on it, please.
Oh, yeah,
You know, I might put my dick where his mouth was.
You want me to smear it on the window?
That's a good idea.
I will.
Yeah. Smush it right against the window where he's got to look.
Okay.
Will it stick?
No, it won't stick. It's stuck. No, it's sliding down.
Punch it. It'll stick.
Yeah, get it good.
Just fucking punch it. Just smear it
That's his punishment. Look at it. It's just.
He's not going to be happy.
Oh, that's great. His dumb breakfast.
We're just
Sliding
animals
off.
doing a radio show.
Fuck him.
Fucking animals.
Yeah, maybe
Taking a shit. He makes our victory music
good.
late.
maybe next time Johnny Tits won't,
Johnny
won't leave the board.
Johnny Tits. Holy shit.
Stevie, you get to keep the change. How much money did that?
Oh yeah.
Ernie,
Wait,
probably lost
what'd
it.
you make? What'd you make?
I think it was like 60, so something
I'll
like
trust you.
something like 40. Here, I'll give you.
Nah, I trust you. I don't need the
No,
trust. Hey, keep it yourself.
You said he could keep it. It's not even a trust thing.
How much
He
change
said
you got,
could keep
Stevie?
the change.
It's
Yeah, but you know.
Look at count the money in your pocket, big man.
no, it's easier to read the receipt.
It's
It's
not
all
for
for
you.
Not for you.
That's
The
No, Stevie.
change was $34.55.
Okay, now count the money in your pocket because you lose things. Count the money in your pocket.
Ooh, I want to go home
I
and
won't throw
play. No, don't throw it.
Dude, you
Count the money, Stevie.
Okay, all right.
could be the youngest heart attack victim. You all right? Look at his face.
I know he's all
You're 19
red.
years
He's
old.
sweating.
There you go.
He's fat.
I did it for Anthony.
Oh, he loves you.
wow.
Oh, he
Isn't
loves
that a
you.
Billy Joel song or
no.
something? I did it for who?
I did
Anyone?
it for.
All right, whatever.
I did it for.
What did I say?
You didn't do it for me.
Yeah.
34, and I think it was 55 cents.
You did it because it's your job.
Stevie, now that you have $34.55, what are you going to be getting for lunch this afternoon?
Oh, what do you
I'll be
get?
helping myself to quite a Mac attack. I'll tell you that much.
Great.
What are you going to get,
Good.
McRib?
Contributing to that.
Oh, with this money, I can get whatever the hell I want.
Well, then explain what you would get. That would,
Oh,
that's
man.
what I'm getting.
This is the youth
I
of
can
America
get-
right here. in
What
front
are
of
you
us.
getting? What are you getting?
What are you getting?
You step up to the counter. Get your order, please. Yes, fat blind man. What do you want?
They probably would think he was an employee at first.
Yeah.
Oh, the retarded kids.
Why don't you
probably-
clean that table over there?
No, get back into the bathroom and
Stack
scrub
the
the
trays.
They'll think I was Louis Anderson in Coming to America. Hi, I'll help you. Something like that. No, okay.
So what are you going to get for lunch, Stevie?
Holy shit. That was absolutely chip.
Wait, I didn't hear it.
What'd
That
you
was
say
the
about
best
Yeah, we
chip.
didn't hear it.
I said,
like Louis Anderson from Coming to America.
Oh, the impression. Do the impression.
I help you know when Samuel L. Jackson comes in and robs.
No, what scene is that? That's not Coming to America.
Yeah, he plays
I don't think it is.
McDowell's.
No.
Samuel L. Jackson's not even in that movie.
That was Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Coming to America, Samuel L. Jackson robs the McDowell's.
No, but what's the quote?
Kahuna
What does he
Burger.
say?
He goes.
Yep, it's Big
quote's
Kahuna
wrong.
Burger.
Well, I mean, I don't know if
He's
he said
the
it in
Big
that
Kahuna
scene,
Burger.
but he said it. He goes something like, "Hi,
We heard you.
Come on, Stevie. Tell him what's your lunch going to be now that
Well,
you have money.
Yesterday, I had 4 skull wraps from Wendy's. So I don't
What's
know.
a skull wrap?
A go wrap? You know it's like
A go wrap?
It's like
I
a
thought he
Mac
said a
snack wrap.
skull wrap.
That's what I heard.
But that's what he needed.
It's like a snack wrap, but with Wendy's.
What's in it?
I don't.
You can get chicken. There's lettuce in there.
What
mayo,
did you
cheese.
get?
What?
What did you get? Chicken?
Yeah, chicken, crispy chicken.
And you got 3 of those?
4.
4? How big are they?
It's like a wrap. They're like
Yeah, it's the size of a regular
It's
wrap.
the size of a regular
He
wrap,
had
and you
4
ate
wraps?
4 wraps
You got to
this
see what
morning?
this kid eats.
Wait, can we do the calorie count on that?
Yeah.
Holy
Get
fuck.
the Wendy's thing up.
What a piggy boy.
E-Rock, by the way, is still shitting. He's still shitting.
Oh, I hope his heart stopped, and he's on his knees right now in his fat calves.
Just hoping someone comes in the bathroom.
He has fucking thigh
Mouth
calves.
to mouth.
He's been gone for 15 minutes.
He's shitting for 15
It takes
fucking minutes.
Stevie a shorter time to get your video game than it does for E-Rock to shit.
Yes, about an hour.
To make duties.
Yeah.
But his 4 snack wrap meal was that was
Snack wrap?
conservative.
Snack wrap?
That's how you'd pronounce
What
it
do
in
you mean?
some
Okay.
areas of the country.
What do you mean it's conservative?
Kenny.
That's conservative for Stevie's diet.
What? You like to pack on the calories there,
Snack wraps.
Stevie?
I don't know.
He does.
I enjoy a good meal.
He'd usually have at least 1 or 2 sandwiches with the snack wraps and then a
Snack
frosty
wraps.
for dessert.
Snack
Oh,
wrap.
frosty.
that.
I like the way he says snack
I
wrap.
hate it.
Relishing.
Snack wraps.
Just
Snack wrap.
Just pure jealousy, by the way. I would love to eat like this. I would love to.
Well,
Wouldn't that be great?
I have to.
Yeah, but you're
Oh my
acting like
God, I
Stevie
would love
can.
to eat like this.
Well, yeah, but you don't because then you would look like Stevie.
He's nice.
Sam.
No offense to you, brother.
What else do you eat? Lemon juice in the eyes?
Stevie, how much you
Can't
weigh?
see good.
192.
And you're about what, 5'9", 5'8"?
5'6".
You're 5'6"?
Yeah.
We're fatso.
You are going to be a
It's a-
300-pound guy by 25.
Yeah.
You know that,
Well,
right?
I was telling Sam I'm playing ice hockey now, so I have to lose some weight.
Ice hockey?
We weighed
Ice
Ice
hockey.
hockey.
I take those useless things out and use them as a puck.
You know who we weighed at the same time we weighed Stevie?
Yeah.
E-Rock. What? Do you remember the difference?
Oh, between him and Stevie?
Yeah.
I think it's 10 pounds.
But
I can't remember.
is he heavier? He's heavier, right?
Eric?
Yeah.
Who's not?
Eric's
Yeah.
taller, though, right?
Wow, he's
E-Rock's taller a little
Why are you
bit.
giving him excuses?
I don't want to believe me. I would never give him an excuse.
Here's the
Still
nut-
shitting, by the way.
Here's the nutrition, the calorie count. So what did he have?
4 snack wraps.
4
Snack wrap. Snack wrap. Snack wrap.
Snack wraps.
Snack wraps.
Where's the snack wrap?
These are just dressings. This isn't.
Stupid E-Rock. Nutritional information. Ooh.
Yeah, that's where it's.
Is this because of the Bloomberg
wait.
laws?
This would do it. Nutrition.
That they have to put it. Wrap. Snack wrap.
Arby's.
Arby's.
What the fuck?
Oh, there's.
Oh, you're getting Arby's all over me.
Uh,
Oh, Jesus.
You don't have it listed yet?
Just looking at E-Rock's breakfast smear on the window is just kill. I can't wait to see how angry he is when he gets back.
I'll turn the mic on in here when he walks in.
Yeah, and right before he walks in, just smash it up against there. So it's,
What the fuck? You won't even see it phase him. He'll go, I don't care. I was done anyway.
yeah.
He'll be bummed inside.
Oh, no, he's going to be all fucking hungry because he just shit out everything.
Boardroom Jimmy says 1,240 calories, 60 grams of fat, and 3,300 things of sodium, whatever those.
For all of them, right?
1,250 calories. That a lot of people are saying.
Not
there.
per.
Huh?
Not
No.
per.
Oh.
But that's
that's not that much.
That's about
might
half
as well
your
have
calories
another one.
for the day, technically, right there. No,
What?
but that's what else did he have?
Yeah, what else did you eat?
Yesterday, that was it.
Yeah, usually he'll have like 3 to 4 snack wraps and then
Snack
probably 2 sandwiches, maybe a burger and a chicken sandwich with
More-
3 to 4 snack wraps.
2 or 3.
So you're getting a McRib?
Well,
Yeah, we'll get a
What are you going
McRib.
to get? All right, now you step up to the counter. Hi, may I have your order?
It's McDonald's.
Please. And
You
we're
don't
going
have
to
to worry
close the
about the
place
budget.
down.
Wait, are you ready to eat now?
12:30 is the time he eats.
12:30. Yeah, I eat at 12:30.
And it doesn't matter if he's hungry or not. 12:30 is the time he eats.
Oh, really?
A few days ago, we told Stevie it was 12:30.
At 10 o'clock in the morning, right
And he
after
said,
the show.
I gotta go get lunch.
That's like a gremlin.
Wait,
You told him at 10 in the morning it was 12:30?
Well, it
and
was probably like 11. And so Stevie goes, you know what time it is? I go, 12:30. You go, oh, man, I got to go get lunch. It was 11. It's 11 o'clock.
Did he go get lunch?
No, somebody else told him it was only 11.
Oh.
It was ready.
Dunce.
What do you get? Large fries?
Oh, yeah, we got to go lunch
You don't like
today.
fries? You
well,
don't like
I can't
fries
really
with-
eat the fries anymore.
Why?
My mom said they're too fattening.
Why? But you eating those?
You're a mom. You're 19 years old.
And you're eating fucking. What are you gonna have?
Plus, today's your day. Today was your moment. Today's the reason to celebrate.
Exactly.
You celebrate today.
Has your mom brought home any guys since the big dance that Troy gave her?
She's only thinking about one guy since that dance.
Oh, yeah.
You a
we all
mama's
know
boy?
that.
No.
Oh, my God. He's such a mama's boy.
Mommy said
Oh,
not to eat the
God.
French fries.
Mommy
Well, I gotta get guidance from
says-
somewhere, otherwise, I'll just be all, a lunatic with my food.
You're already a lunatic
Exactly.
with your
Well,
food.
Aren't you
Thinking
going to
about-
get a fuckload of something else then? Even though you're not getting the fries, aren't you getting like 3 burgers or something?
You're a grown boy. You got to fill up.
No,
you
he's
know?
growing all right.
He eats a lot.
E-Rock's
He
still
does.
shitting, by the way.
He is.
Which
Yeah,
is
we're-
pretty funny because somebody said, somebody was on the phone, they were saying E-Rock had his own Call of Duty.
We're just
You know-
stalling because
you
I
know
want to
those-
see E-Rock's reaction. when
I
it's
know.
Back in there.
I know.
You know those commercials for Taco Bell? They make the family packs now on a budget.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Throw
wow.
it up because
He's
Stevie
high-fiving.
ate one
A
of
whole- for the family.
the family meal. Stevie ate one for dinner.
What are you family meal?
The party box. You get 10 tacos for $12. The party box, right? I hadn't eaten in a while. My mom took me home.
Since
it was like
lunch.
4 in the afternoon. She was in the dentist. I had the party box sitting. I just sat in the car, downed them. 12 tacos, one sitting. Boom.
Throw it up!
See, this is the problem. This is why fat people get attacked. I mean, not physically, but this is why you bet. It's like you're making a choice. I don't care what you eat, but. Oh, here he comes.
Speaking of
okay.
fat
Speaking
people.
of, yeah, speaking of pigs.
Make believe we're talking. Don't look.
Yeah,
over
anything
there.
else?
Stevie with his lunch.
Stevie, you ate what? 12 tacos?
One sitting.
That's amazing. 12 fucking tacos. And were you full?
Yes, I did not have anything else.
And how was your shit?
Why did they make you do that?
Painful. It was like giving birth.
Wow.
It's a lot of tacos.
Oh, the mic's on.
Your breakfast is on the window.
That was your punishment for not being there with the music when.
Yeah, we needed the big
when
music
Dummy
to
came
end the
back
Stevie
in.
bit, and you weren't there. You were shitting.
You were shitting.
I know.
For
Sorry.
a long time. That was a long shit.
Yeah, between breakfast and dinner it wasn't good.
What did you have?
Well, I guess you saw my breakfast here. This is painted all over the studio wall. It was a wrap with banana, peanut butter, granola, and raisins.
Oh my God.
That sounds good, man. Fuck.
It's delicious. And last night was bean burritos.
That's a horrible combo.
Oh, God.
Are you farting all
Oh,
morning?
that bathroom's gotta be crazy.
You have to be farting.
No, it wasn't farting, but it just... It looks like a blood splatter test in there.
It wasn't a solid shit?
Oh, well, at first, no. Later, yes, but...
Oh, it's got that bathroom has to be a disaster area.
Like a paintball accident.
Fucking police tape.
It's not good when you're going and somebody's in there washing your hands and just kind of goes, ugh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
Don't you like when you hear like commentary from people at the urinal? It's like, Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh.
How about self-control?
Oh.
Hey, Jimmy, if you like peanut butter, this is for just me and Jimmy. Whole Foods. You like going to Whole Foods, right?
Yes, I do.
Homemade fucking peanut butter right in front of your eyes. They take the peanuts you want, throw it in the machine, and then fresh peanut butter.
Is that
It's
fattening?
ridiculous. I don't know.
Because I just bought some low-fat stuff that was phenomenal. It's like a peanut butter substitute.
It's a peanut butter making machine.
But what
at
if
Whole
someone goes
Foods.
in there that's allergic to peanuts?
Well,
Yeah, no, just don't hit them
There'll
with
be
the
dust
machine.
in the air. It'll kill them.
It's true. Peanut dust.
Is it that sensitive where people could die from the dust?
Yeah. Some people have those. And we were
fuck
talking about
that.
it earlier. I've never, growing up, I didn't know one person that knew a person.
It's one of the
with a
made-up
peanut
diseases.
allergy.
We have way too many made-up diseases at this point.
I think that one's real, but I don't know where it came from.
My
How is it
manager
real
has
if
that.
we
He
didn't
can't
have
eat
it?
anything. Jonathan has that.
And peanuts are in everything.
Well,
too.
no, he can eat peanuts, but he has a nut allergy for any other kind of nut. He gets really swollen and fucked up.
Is that what's going on with his ball bag?
He has giant scrotum.
If he puts balls in his mouth,
His penis blows up to an erection.
All right, why don't we take a break? Stevie
right.
accomplished defeat.
Good
By
job,
the way,
Stevie.
I would
All
like to
right.
make an announcement real quick.
You're fucking 1 for 800.
After this,
give him his day. It was
runaway
his day, for
success.
his moment.
Yeah, runaway success.
For Stevie,
Yeah.
we have a brand new executive intern. Executive intern, Blind Stevie, everybody.
Yeah.
There's
you see the
one-
face he made? He was so excited.
Yes.
Wow. You look like you just won the Special Olympics. You made that face. You're
dumber.
like, "Ugh."
We can't just give him the title. I want a full report tomorrow. What he's going to do to change the whole intern program.
Oh,
as
that's a good
executive.
idea.
When are you back?
Whenever you want me.
No,
I'm
when
here.
are you back? I don't need you here every day.
Technically, he's not here till Friday.
That's perfect. He'll
Okay.
have a few days to come up with a plan, what he wants to do with the intern program now that he's executive intern. Okay, Stevie? That's your
Yes,
next
sir.
chore for us.
You're in charge, Stevie. You're in charge of those interns.
I want some major changes, too, not some bullshit changes.
We should have a
All right?
badge made up or something.
Swift changes,
You're
I
right.
promise you.
Something that, or a belt, a championship belt, or something
right.
should be made up for the executive intern. Because it's, you get the title, but to walk around and show the people, that way everyone knows that you are the
It's a respected
executive.
position, so-
By
Yeah,
Friday,
yeah.
I'll have something by Friday.
That'd be
Good.
great.
We got to take a break because Penn Jillette's going to be here any moment. We want to talk to him. What is he promoting?
I do not know.
He's got something on Broadway, I think, right?
Does he?
I don't know. I was waiting to find out myself.
Whoa. We don't know. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's something.
He's a great guy, though. That's one thing to promote.
Yeah, I could talk about
Yes,
anything
he
with
is.
that guy.
Yeah.
Sam and I took good care of us.
When can we get
San
Paulie
Diego.
on the show?
Huh?
He's my new favorite as far as Jersey Shore goes.
Paulie D?
It's all about Paulie D, man.
I've interviewed him.
Vinny follows us on Twitter, but it's all about Paulie D.
Really?
Yeah, let's get Paulie D in studio.
Cars are here.
Cars are here. It's T-shirt time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wake up. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Cabs are here.
Oh, yeah. Cabs are here.
What?
That's Paulie
You don't
D.
watch Jersey Shore.
Beat that beat
It's
up.
your loss.
What is that?
And all of a
That's
sudden,
his thing.
All of a sudden, someone goes, "How many minutes to T-shirt time?" He goes, 2 minutes.
2 minutes of T-shirt.
And then they all wait for 2 minutes doing nothing, and all of a sudden he goes, "It's T-shirt time.
It's T-shirt time.
Oh yeah, oh yeah."
See, he just shouts things in a funny voice, and that's like now his thing.
That's his thing.
And then people mimic him.
Dude, he's becoming fucking huge because of
It's
that.
genius. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
Do one ad, come on.
Say oh
No.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
No, I
oh
shan't
yeah.
be doing that.
And you know what's gonna happen right after the show?
What?
Cars are here.
Guys are here.
Guys are here. And that's where you know it's time
See,
to go.
you get
Guys
excited
are
when
here.
cars are here. That means you get to go home.
That's true.
But you gotta just say it differently now.
Guys are here. Guys are here.
Cars are here.
No.
Jersey Shore starts up in January again.
That's right.
I
Season
predict
3.
right now Paulie D becomes the big star.
He's the breakout.
He will definitely be bigger than any of them by the end of
I don't know.
that season of Jersey Shore.
You throw a monkey wrench into the equation because we're dealing with a new cast member in season 3.
Oh, really?
That's
Snooki's
right.
friend.
That's right.
Chip a D.
Chip and
Really?
D is going to be part of it
Chip and
too,
D.
right?
Yeah.
You got a catchphrase?
Yeah, get them grenades away from me, you. Bunch of grenades over there or something.
Ah, that's a good one.
Yeah, of course it is.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Oh yeah.
Yeah? What are you doing?
Pumping, fist pumping,
Fist
beating that beat up.
pumping? Beating that beat up.
Stevie,
Beat
give
that
us
beat
a
up.
give us a oh yeah, oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
What?
Oh, yeah.
What's he doing?
What's he doing?
Stupid rosacea in his beard.
Come on. I've been so lonely, girl. I've been so sad and down. Couldn't understand why haters joked around. I wanted to be free with other creatures like me, and now I got my wish. Cause I know that I'm a gay fish, gay fish, yo. Motherfucking gay fish, I'm a fish, yo. Going on a gay fish, it's alright, girl. Making love to other gay fish, all those lonely nights at the grocery store, in the frozen fish aisle, feeling like a whore. Cause I wasn't being true, even though everyone said that I had to make a switch. Gay fish, now I know that I'm a gay fish, gay fish, yo. Motherfucking gay fish, I'm a fish, yo. Going on a gay fish, now I'm where I belong, girl. Making love to other gay fish.
The Opie and Anthony Show on the Virus, Sirius XM.
God, I love when Penn Jillette is in studio, and he is in studio, my friends.
I am.
He just did some TV. I said, how is the TV?
Well, before we were on, the big story was if your teen is texting a lot, they may be having sex. They may be doing drugs. A new study out tells you that teens that text 3 hours a day or on Facebook 3 hours a day may be having sex, and they may be doing drugs.
My 11-year-old nephew is obviously having sex and doing drugs. Because I took him to a hockey game recently, and he didn't even see the game because he texted the entire fucking time.
Well, it's pretty exciting to be at a hockey game and having sex with your uncle.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
That is a bullshit study.
I don't know what icing is, but he's bad touch.
But he has some on his back.
Every time there's icing, that's where my bathing suit touches.
Yes.
Show on the doll where he touched you. Show on the hockey player where he touched you.
Do you? I'm a texter. I love to fucking. What's better than photographing your cock and sending it? You ever send
You
a
like
cock?
doing that, Jimmy?
Of course.
Yeah, but could you lose my address?
I just like to spray paint it black and freak them out.
I have a very subtle question to ask you.
Sure.
After the show in Vegas, we meet people, and they comment on shows, and they say stuff like, loved you on Letterman. They'll say, really enjoyed you on Dancing with the Stars. Then they say, go on O&A again. They never ever say, I was good on it. They never ever say they liked it. It is a straight command.
Just
go on O&A again. And every other show, they comment about what happened, how they did it, or say, I love that show. You know, I love Letterman. You should go on there again. Nothing.
They don't want to give out compliments for some reason. We have the weirdest fans in entertainment.
O&A again. A simple command. If you know what's fucking good for you, go on O&A again. Like, maybe it implies maybe you'll learn to do it. Maybe you'll get good at it.
What do they mean? Is it a compliment?
They like you. They don't know how to say it. They all have Asperger's. Bunch of dopes. But they do love you.
They don't want to compliment us for some reason. I don't know why.
Poor self-image.
I just think it's great.
Half the time, I don't even know if they're our fans. I get very confused. You have arguments with some of these people. Like, I'm just a fan. I'm like, how are you a fan? I don't understand. You haven't said anything to me that indicates that you're an actual
nothing
fan.
Complimentary, nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
Just awful people.
You know they like you because they're not spitting on you. Like, that's how.
Yeah, sometimes.
Really weird.
Well, you know, I just thought it's a very subtle thing. I don't know what it means. But I said, I say it gets your show gets commented on as much as any other show.
That's awesome.
But never, they don't like adjectives. They don't like adverbs. They
don't
like
know them.
simple command.
That's what it is.
Simple command. Here's what you do.
Yeah, that's pretty much our audience.
Radio.
God bless them.
Go.
God bless them.
Now, why are you in town? You got something going on?
Kind of, sort of. The big thing is that Teller is opening a show called Play Dead. Down at the Players Theater on McDougal. It's a it's a spook show. It's an adult.
Jesus, don't say that. At least say minstrel show. We don't like using that language here.
Oh, good. We're going to see Teller singing Minnie the Moocher.
And it's they're doing a big scary resurrecting the dead.
Really?
A show. Mind reading and good magic tricks. A guy named Todd Robbins, who you may know. He's a geek. Eats glass, and I figure a guy eats glass.
Does he speak in it or no?
Yeah, Teller's not in the show. Teller directed it and wrote it. Then he goes back to Vegas to make money.
Yeah, to make the real money.
But it's great. I'll be seeing the opening Wednesday
great,
night.
I think I might have to check that out.
You should. You should go by.
It sounds like kind of a old school.
Well, old school, but also has nudity.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with that.
You can't go wrong with that.
A hot woman covered with blood.
That
What more do you
probably
want?
Teller's idea.
Yeah, it was.
I would assume.
Actually.
That's why I love watching bullshit too, because through the information you get from it, occasionally you do see a nice nude piece of ass there.
Well, when we did the vaccination show, Showtime didn't want to do the vaccination show, and they said, it's not really sexy. And I said, well, I'll get you a nude playmate to talk about vaccinations.
No, I got a son. He's 6 months old today. Actually, the vaccination thing scared the shit out of all of us. I didn't see that bullshit. What? And just a quick little summary, what you learned.
The quick summary is you don't want your son to get whooping cough or smallpox.
Right.
Get them all the
So you have no
vaccinations.
fucking choice, really.
You have no choice at all, and you don't want a choice. I mean, if you were living in a time without vaccinations, it is all you would want.
Right.
And it's the great, and there's this anti-vaccination thing that started on very bad science, the Wakefield studies out of Britain, and it's total, complete, and utter bullshit. But most of the bullshit wastes people's money and is kind of funny. The vaccination bullshit kills babies, kills children.
And did you go after Jenny McCarthy?
Yeah, we sure did.
Good
we
for
sure.
you.
And what we did was
Good for fucking you, man.
we said all Jenny McCarthy has going for her was she was a Playboy model, and people are listening to her. So we had a Playboy centerfold who came out topless. But the great thing was, it was kind of an odd moment because one of the writers, his son, is autistic.
Right.
So he brought out a Playboy model to explain the science, and she was topless explaining the science. And we also brought out our friend's son, who's 10 years old, who's autistic. So we had brought a 10-year-old autistic child on the set with a pair of 44 double Ds.
How do you sell that to Showtime in the meeting? Like, look, we got the autistic kid, we got the girl with great tits. It's handled.
Well,
we would never be able to get that done.
And we brought the writer out, and his line, the big laugh line, was "Eyes front, son," and that was supposed to be the joke. But as you guys know very well, when you're doing something that's supposed to be a joke, you sometimes have to actually do it.
Yeah.
So while you're doing this, he's going, that lady doesn't have a shirt on, and we went, she doesn't. That's kind of the joke. Well, what's the joke? Well, the joke is that you're a child, and I think what we're doing is very, very wrong. Just stand there.
Just suffice to say it's wrong.
Nice.
And the great thing was that the Playboy model that we got to read the stuff read the whole study on prompter, and then turned to me and asked me the questions that she had just answered reading the prompter. She read the prompter, I guess, phonetically.
Zero comprehension.
Yeah, no comprehension. And then just asked me, and I went, well, it's on the prompter. When was the study discredited? Well, you just said.
You just said it.
That's awesome. Can you imagine it if we try to get that done?
No.
Autistic kid, 10 years old.
We couldn't get either one of those things. A girl with great tits.
Right.
Couldn't get a girl with great tits, and autism.
Or an autistic. If we said one of the either.
Just pick one.
Both in one.
Because they're both bunny on the radio.
I certainly bow to Penn Jillette because he gets shit done. He doesn't have to deal with lawyers in this corporate crap.
Oh, no, lawyers are really, really important on bullshit. We 8 years. 8 years of then there's this asshole, and we've never been successfully sued. But you'd love the notes that our lawyers make because one of the reasons
your lawyers are different than ours. We need your lawyers then.
One of the reasons we say motherfucker so much, and one of the reasons we invented the term cunt pickle was you're trying not to say liar because liar is actionable.
There you go.
So we get notes in our script that say, and I love this, from the legal department in a little square with a stamp on it, can't you call this guy a motherfucker? Because
call him a liar.
And you also can't say a product doesn't work, right? Like if you say a product,
you can say it's a piece of shit,
but you can't say it doesn't work.
Exactly. That's where you get sued. So Al Goldstein, who I just visited in the Veterans Hospital.
Yeah, I saw
yesterday,
your tweet about that. He's not doing well, huh?
No, he was homeless for a while. One of these heroes of free speech. The Topeka versus Goldstein case is amazing. And now he's in I got him out of the homeless shelter and got him a place to stay.
How did
and
he
stuff.
get himself in a position where he was homeless?
Wow. Was Screw not making money for a long time?
Screw kind of started doing less well, and Al is crazy and pisses off a lot of people. I mean, watch the trajectory of Al Goldstein because we're all heading down it. But he was in the Veterans Hospital, and I went to visit him, and he's doing okay there. He's got some, he's old and got some problems. And
I remember when he was self-destructing here in New York a few years back. Wow. That
But
was
you know,
a
I
big story.
just love Al, and I went up with Ratso, Ratso Sloman, who wrote the Stern books with him, and wrote the David Blaine book with him and stuff. Wonderful writer and friend of Bob Dylan's and stuff. And I was there with Ratso, on the elevator of the Veterans Hospital, which could be considered by some to be a depressing place.
Yeah.
And we're on the elevator. I look over at Ratso, and Ratso is a creep, right? And then I can see myself in the mirror, and I go, "Holy fuck, I'm a creep." Because when I was like 18, the long hair and the being enormous and that kind of stuff, it was kind of like, well, he's a kid, he's a crazy kid.
Yeah.
But now, Ratso's 62, and I'm 55, and I go, "Holy fuck, I'm the guy you're scared of in the park." And now I'm in the Veterans, hospital elevator, and I'm thinking, Al Goldstein used to eat at Le Cirque with porn stars, and now the only two people that visit him are Ratso and Penn. And I'm just telling you, man, if things happen bad to you, and the two people that love you left in the world are Ratso and Penn, just kill yourself.
That's a problem.
But Al Goldstein told me long ago, he said, whenever you're mad at somebody in public, don't ever say liar. Don't ever say cheat. Say motherfucker. Say cocksucker. Because if you go to court, it's harder for them to bring that up. I'm not a motherfucker. I didn't fuck my mother. What did he mean by motherfucker? Did he mean liar? Well, he meant he really didn't like you when you pissed him off. It's much safer.
Sure.
So
you
you have to be for lawsuits. So our lawyers write in the margin, call this guy a motherfucker.
That's great.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, lawyers there to protect the show.
And the great thing was, after 8 years, whenever it airs 85, 90 shows, we had one editorial comment from a lawyer that had nothing to do with advice or anything, and that was on the show about pyramid schemes, which we were not allowed to say pyramid. We couldn't say pyramid scheme. We had to say, multi-level marketing. Couldn't say Ponzi.
You couldn't say Ponzi either.
And we did one. So the only thing we could do was do a whole Egyptian scene with me going to tell her, what are those things behind us? And then going on about it.
Yes.
And we did a whole thing about Social Security. And I went, Social Security, this many people pay in, and then we can pay out. This is where it starts. I don't know why I'm saying this on a show about multi-level marketing ripoffs. I guess it's kind of a non sequitur. And the lawyer wrote in the margin, "Hey, wait a minute. Social Security is a Ponzi scheme."
Yeah.
That was the lawyer's comment.
Never going to be enough people to pay in to pay off who's in there.
Of course not. No, it's
and
a complete
it collapses.
scam. But I like that the lawyer discovers that at work.
Right.
Going to a show called
From your show.
Wait a minute.
All the schooling and everything meant nothing. Just
like you're having a
watch
good
an
time.
episode of bullshit. That one was really good because it was the whole that guy that was selling that beverage.
Oh, it was so sad, wasn't it?
And his meeting with other, and he's trying to get other people into this product with him because it's never made selling the product. It's supposed to be made getting other people that are your underlings.
You couldn't say pyramid, though, huh?
Could not say the word pyramid.
Because there's things like Amway and other things.
You have to say multi-level marketing.
Right.
Multi-level marketing. If you say pyramid, it's like saying liar, and you're in
Oh,
all
is it
sorts
really?
of
It's
trouble.
okay.
Oh, it's a bad thing. Yeah. And but
the math behind that was fascinating too. And no matter how many times I've seen that take on it, I watch and go, how can anyone not see this?
At level 7, you have to be selling your shit to every human being
to everyone on the planet. The math is stunning
It gets
to watch.
bad
Well,
really
it's that
quickly.
exponential thing.
Yes.
Exponential will fuck your shit.
It screws your mind up.
I should certainly have a math class. Exponential will fuck your shit. Okay, see you tomorrow.
Didn't you get involved in one of these?
No.
Pyramid?
No. I was. I was brought
the really
to-
lame one with the money. You
The
told
air-
that story
no,
once
an
on
airplane
air.
thing?
I think my mom did
with
once.
pilots and
thought it was-
stewardesses.
I've never gotten
Where
that.
you had to get people to just give you money. Remember that one?
Yeah,
I
but
went to one
I
of
never
those.
got involved in that.
Sure.
I got taken to an Amway meeting once, though, and it's that whole secretive thing that was like, yeah it's a business proposition. I'm like, what is it? We go, well, we'll tell you. You got to get there. Just get in a suit and.
But the thing that really was so heartbreaking, the guy selling the shit drink,
Drink.
is he's a really good guy.
Yeah, he seemed
and he
like
wants
a good
to
enough
work
fella.
really hard. You know, in the way we lay out the show, he's in the villain category, but
Right,
he's
right.
not. He's absolutely, completely a victim. All he wants to do, you know, it's bad economic times.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to work his ass off. He's willing to invest money, willing to work his ass off, and they're just eating him for breakfast. You know, they're
Yeah.
it's
Well,
horrible.
Yeah, the when he was having that meeting with the other gentleman to try to persuade him into joining the ranks, it was the saddest thing. This
Was he
guy
good
had
at it?
No game.
No
game.
No, but he didn't even bring the drink with
No,
him,
he
which is the
didn't
big hit. Which is, here, you're bringing. I'm going to sell you something, and I don't bring it with me.
He didn't even
We got
bring
this
it.
great drink we're going to sell. Oh, do you have the drink? No.
No.
And obviously, it's part of the script to not bring the drink with you.
Yeah, don't bring it.
I wonder why.
Because the drink
it's probably
sucks.
terrible.
Well,
Yeah,
there's
obviously
no
it
mystery
sucks.
here.
Like, I can't sell
Yeah,
this
why would
shit.
you would bring it if it's a good product you're
Yes.
proud of?
Sound doesn't sound good. Come in a tumbler.
Probably be better.
Hey, how's Christopher Hitchens doing? I know you guys are friends. Is he any
I
improvements?
haven't. You know, I'm so afraid. I write him an email now and again, and how you doing? And he writes back, I have cancer. You know, I mean,
Jesus,
you don't have that kind of thing. And he started to do this. I probably shouldn't even say this because people could misinterpret it, but it strikes me so funny. I'll say to him, you know, I'm going to be down in D.C. Will I be able to get together with you? He always writes, if Allah wills it.
Oh, shit.
And I think he's just doing it as a joke to make me think that maybe he's lost his mind. But, you know, as we all know, when you do jokes long enough to make people think you've lost your mind, it soon becomes indistinguishable from someone who's lost their mind.
Perhaps you've lost your mind. Yeah.
Maybe that's what it feels like. Maybe Charlie Manson still thinks he's doing jokes. About, you know, I'm going to put this swastika on my head. People will think I've lost my
They are
mind.
going to think I'm batshit crazy.
He was kidding back then. I said, get me a cup of coffee. What's with the Folgers lady?
Oh, Christ.
Wow.
Oh,
Hey,
God damn.
hey, get this. I'm going to carve a swastika into my forehead with a spoon. That's going to flip them out, isn't
Yeah,
it?
that'll get him.
And I'll do it right before my parole board meeting. And then I'll just laugh at the end. He's Charlie. Even the laugh at the end's not going to play.
Yeah.
No, but I'll show it, then I'll go, and then they'll know I'm okay.
He absolutely had no clue that he was crazy. He really didn't.
He wants to stay in jail, man. He's smart. He wants to stay.
Yeah, well, I think there's no doubt about it that he wants to stay.
He's probably got a nice in there now at this point, right?
None of them. Did any of them gotten a Squeaky Fromm gotten out or
A few of them have.
Tex Watson? Any of those guys?
Ooh, I think
one of them got out.
in a pine box.
Lynette, did Lynette get out?
I would just like to just go back a moment and say, both of you said he's probably got it nice in there.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
No, huh?
Why?
I'm just saying I don't think it's nice.
We don't think it's that bad in prison. It
You don't-
becomes your life.
Yeah, okay.
We
I
had
think
this whole discussion
people
earlier.
are very adaptable.
Yeah, if you get cable TV and you can watch your shows,
Yeah, I think you just
what are you
kind of
missing, really?
become like,
Why don't you do-
well, I'm in prison. It's not good. It sucks, but you don't.
It doesn't suck.
It's not like looking from the outside in, going like, "Holy fuck, I don't want to be there."
Well, you know,
you're in then, and
it just
then it
becomes your life.
All right, well, it's lunchtime. It's laundry
Every
time.
every study they have ever done shows that people in horrific situations, it's not as bad as people looking at them from the outside.
Right. And your thought, your
people in
perception
good
of it.
situations, it's not as good. as people
Right.
think.
Yeah.
You know, there's great interviews with the Siamese twins attached at the head.
Oh yeah, those
Okay.
two ladies there. Yeah.
No, not the two-headed one.
No, the
One's
one with the-
attached.
The one with the
Yeah.
country western singer?
Yeah.
Not very good, by the way.
Attached at the head.
You're right.
And their life, by every way shrinks can measure it, is as good as a regular person's life.
Sure.
Just not that bad. You get used to having your sister attached to your head.
You just
How
that
great
was
is
my
that?
whole take on prison. And when they say, well, this guy's got life without parole and it's great, and I just go like, well, it's just his life
You
now.
adapt.
But you've learned some crazy things about me over the
yes,
years.
yes,
I'm going to give
sure.
you a more crazy thing about me.
All right.
I don't believe that I believe in punishment.
At all.
I believe just get people away, make sure they don't do it again. But I have no desire to have them suffer. You know, this whole vindication thing, the punishment thing, it's just not part of my heart. Like Mark
Oh, it's
David
part of mine.
Mark David Chapman,
Yeah.
you killed John Lennon. Now, go away. I don't even want to see you again. We're just done.
But where would
I
they
don't-
then go?
I don't want to. No, that's fine. Prison is fine.
Oh, okay.
But do it as cheap as you can, but you don't need to make it more uncomfortable. I don't mind if they have to. I mean, just go away.
It's
That's
like
all I
almost a
think.
Buddhist vibe to that.
Just go away.
Patrick Duffy, when his parents got murdered in the bar, said he felt for those guys who did it. He said, imagine having to live the rest of your life knowing you did that.
But some people,
that was his
I don't think
Buddhist.
some
That's kind of a
people
Buddhist
care.
thing almost.
Yeah, but I mean,
people care
I
that
don't think they
did that.
care. But just get them away, and that's fine.
That
they can be in prison.
perfect case is the Connecticut case with the mother and the two
Yes,
daughters
of
that were
course.
horribly killed and raped.
Burned alive.
Obviously, you can look at it and say, just go away. But as a family member, as that father, now that you want retribution for.
But that's not going to help.
But someone's always going to want retribution.
Right, but the retribution is never going to help.
Not going to help who?
Anybody.
Really?
Not anybody. No. If you've had something horrible like that happen, there's nothing that's going to help you. Fucking up someone else isn't going to make you feel better. You're just fucked. It's a horrible, terrible,
Is there
bad
a
thing.
deserving thing? Like that person deserves to suffer?
I don't think so. See, I told you I was in a nut position.
No,
I've
it's
told
not a nut
you,
position.
here's a nut position.
I actually understand your point. I don't agree with it, but I understand
Yeah,
where you're coming
I
from.
just
Like
think
Jimmy
that
said, it's sort of almost a Buddhist
you
thing.
get that punishment thing, it starts building in circles. I don't think it really just go away. But we've all decided that we'd be okay in prison. Shall we knock off a liquor store?
Yeah, let's give it a whirl. I don't think you're okay, but I think people are adaptable enough where it's
people
not
are so
as,
adaptable.
It just becomes your life.
Like when you hear the family members of that had a crime committed against them saying, "I just want to know that he's suffering in prison every day," and it's like he's not. Hey, I'm sure there are days where it's like, wow, this sucks. I'm in prison. I can't do this. I can't do that. But there are days he's probably laughing his balls off with another guy down there watching TV or whatever. He's not suffering all the time.
You want him to suffer because the victim's family or whatever. I mean, they're suffering constantly.
Sure, of course.
So
They're
you want to
constantly
think
in pain,
constantly.
looking at pictures of a loved one that was
Of
murdered.
course. There's nothing worse.
Yeah.
It's terrible, and I'm not in any way diminishing their pain. I'm just saying I don't know how you get rid of it. I don't know how you get. I don't know how an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, biblical retribution doesn't seem to accomplish anything.
I'm not sure.
But I think you should do like a month of
Just
your
do a
show
month?
from prison.
In prison.
I'm sure we would be horrified.
That would be fantastic.
But the only thing that stops us from
But maybe
from
2 months in,
misbehaving
we'd be like, this is not
It
that
is.
bad.
is jail.
The thought of being incarcerated
Is the
has,
only thing that stops us from
has
fucking up.
kept me a relatively good boy.
I'll tell
over
you
the
though,
years.
I think that the funk would get to you.
Yeah,
just
that
the
would
smell.
have to
Just
be.
the smell. You know, I read this book. There's this book.
Man groin smell.
By man, I think it's worse than man groin smell.
Real
I think
man ass smell?
I think man groin smell is what you'd be praying for.
That would be inviting.
Praying for it.
I think that.
And God, please give me man groin smell.
Yeah, I think. Well, I was. There's this book called "Packing for Mars" by Mary Roach that talks about what it's like to be an astronaut, which I didn't know that being an astronaut is breathing shit and vomit with every breath. That shit and vomit floats through the air, and that psychologically, guys who are trained, professionally trained to deal with each other after 6 months end up punching each other in the face in zero G. And they're talking about sending people to Mars, which is 500 days round trip, never opening a window, breathing your and other people's shit and vomit and piss constantly. They get E. coli fecal infections in their fucking noses. Kill yourself. Just kill yourself. And their bones deteriorate. They fall to pieces. And there are people right
Willing
now
to do
in the
it.
United States
Of course.
who are not crazy. Who there's no evidence they're crazy, who have said they will take a one-way trip to Mars.
One way.
Deliver me to Mars, and I'll live there and try to send me rockets with air and food. And if you fail, okay, I'll die there.
Whatever. I'll just.
And
die
I'm
on
reading
Mars.
this book. I'm reading this book, and all of a sudden, my house, which is over 10,000 square feet, is too claustrophobic for me, because it's like those first, the Gemini guys and stuff, and the Apollo guys. They were sitting in, a small Volkswagen.
Yeah, the Mercury capsule. Your guy was alone.
And pissing into their own suit for like 4 or 5 days, and the helmet on, just filling with their own funk. And there's guys that testing. This is a job for you. There are guys. There are guys that get the job testing who aren't astronauts, but get the job of lying in bed for 100 days without sitting up to see their bones deteriorate, and drinking through straws, and all they do is measure their own shit and what they eat.
And he doesn't even get the glory of being the guy.
No glory. But they love helping the space program. And there are people that have been locked in rooms, 5-person teams, in a smaller room than this, for 500 days.
Can I
imagine this? All these windows just stop, and we are in here for 500 days. How soon before we kill each other?
Let me jump in here for a second. So you're saying when they stepped on the moon for the first time, their spacesuits were filled with shit?
Yes.
Didn't they have any kind of way to fucking to clean that out?
They don't.
They
have,
sort of have things they could do now, but
they have never
going back to 1969.
They have never found a zero-G toilet that works.
That glorious moment they were filled with shit.
It turns out that when you are evacuating your bowels, a big part of what gets it to vac from your bowels is gravity. And without gravity, it just kind of hangs there, and they have to scoop it out of each other's asses. And then they have to put it in a bag, and they have to put pills in the bag, and then squeeze it up. Squeeze it so that the pills go in there. Otherwise, it will ferment and blow up the bag and pop and fill the air that's all around you with shit. This book is the most nightmare book, and I don't think, I was reading this stuff going, I don't think I could sit in the capsule for 15 minutes. And then none of this is mentioned. Then there's a rocket on your ass, and they're blowing you into space, where your chances of dying are as high as anything you've ever done. Right. And they talk about how the astronauts on the Apollo program would not eat or eat just cheese so that they wouldn't shit for like 8 days in space.
Why don't they do something like, you ever get a colonic?
If you've got a solution to this, it would be really cool.
My guess would be, why can't they do something like a colonic with water? Like if you've gotten them, it does filter you back through the tube where you're using pressure. So why not do that every
Just
other or
suck your
third
shit
day?
out.
Yeah, but it does work. It's like without any effort, you're lying on your back. The water's being pumped in. It cleans you out, and it pulls the fecal matter out with you. With the water.
I would like nothing more in my life than for that sentence to win you a Nobel Prize.
I would love it too.
I would love to see you in Stockholm in the tuxedo going.
James Norton. They all clap. Here he is.
Right.
I was just talking on the radio.
Yes. You know, it wasn't long ago I was talking on the radio about,
and of course, let's go to our Nobel laureate, Jim Norton, for the news.
But why wouldn't that was not a bad idea, right? You put a little fucking hose, you just put a little hole in the back of the suit.
Call NASA. Let's call them right now.
You lay your back.
We got the solution.
Get NASA on the blower.
Hole in the back of your suit.
But if you
I can't get past the fact that they had shit in their spacesuits when they're stepping on the moon.
That's why they walk so awkwardly.
Right.
Jumping around with shit.
They're jumping around
because
because their asses itch so fucking bad.
And if you vomit in your suit, which you always do,
they always do get sick,
it stops your visibility. And then you can't get your hands to your face to wipe it out of your nose, and it's floating. You know, I've been in zero G. I went on the vomit
comet.
I went zero G, and I got this idea. I went with Billy Gibbons, which
Who's that?
seems odd.
From the ZZ Top?
ZZ Top, yeah. So it was me, ZZ Top, and test pilots. And it was an illegal flight that we took. We went illegally with a guy who had an Air Mexico 747 and said he'd do the parabola.
A 747?
And what you do to do zero G is you do parabolas, just like that.
That's up and down, like almost like a heart monitor, it looks like.
Yeah. So we did it over the ocean. And, the pilot's just trying to go straight down. So I had decided, I was on with 2 astronauts and some test pilots. And I had decided, the movie Barbarella?
Sure.
Well,
yes.
I had decided that what Billy Gibbons wanted to do was he wanted to bring an amp and a guitar.
I saw this video, by the way. It's hilarious.
And at 0G,
Yeah.
he wanted to play the guitar.
You should look this up.
That was his
Yeah.
dream.
Everyone had something they wanted to do.
My dream, my dream was to do the striptease from Barbarella. At the beginning of Barbarella, Jane Fonda goes, Barbarella psychedella, kind of like a conch shell of love. And she's stripping, but
Yes.
she's on glass. She's on like a Danny Thomas glass coffee table.
Danny Thomas.
And she's
I'll never live that down.
she's moving around like that, and she's not really weightless. So I said to the astronauts, I want to do a striptease, and I want to sing Barbarella. And Billy Gibbons said, well, okay, I'll play a little guitar. And my hair was much longer then, because I've cut it off for Locks of Love. But it was much longer then, as long as Jane Fonda's in Barbarella. Now, the similarities between me and Jane Fonda and Barbarella may end at hair length.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it right here. They got me floating around here. Take a ride on the NASA.
What year is
Vomit
that? How long ago?
I don't know. Must be in the 90s sometime.
Yeah,
There's
look
me
at
and Billy.
that.
And so I'm doing that.
Down a
And
little.
when I start stripping, right, the astronauts don't really understand that when I say I'm going to strip down fully naked.
Oh,
so what you do
shit.
is you've got 35 seconds of 0G, then you got 35 seconds of 2G.
2G, yeah.
And 0G is exhilarating. You weigh nothing. This 300-pound fat fuck weighs zero. It's terrific. But at 2Gs, I weigh 600
You
pounds.
can't get something for nothing.
And it's just depressing and horrible and miserable.
How
They
sick
make
did
you
you
get down on the ground.
That's where the story's
They
going.
make you get on the floor.
Yeah,
Like,
you get
like
down
they
the
go,
floor and you lay
get on the
down,
floor, get on the
and
floor.
then you can't even lift your arms. Right?
Really?
So I'm doing Barbarella, and this astronaut. He's a fucking astronaut. Which I figure, if you're an astronaut and you've been breathing other people's piss, shit, and vomit, you're not going to be very squeamish about things.
Right.
But somehow he's holding the video camera. Somehow he's a little surprised when I actually do take my underwear off, throw it in the air, and little Houdini is flapping in the breeze. Weightless little Houdini, and I'm singing, Barbarella. So I'm trying to do the Barber, and in my head, because I am a psychopath, in my head, I really do look exactly like Jane Fonda.
Of course.
But the way the
weightless.
astronauts are reacting, I don't think I do. No. Your reaction, if Jane Fonda in 1968 were floating in front of you weightless, turns out is very different from your reaction if Penn Jillette.
You look more like the tank she sat on.
So did you have to now be totally naked in 2Gs laying on the floor?
Well, that's where it goes. So I took off my belt and I swung my belt around because that's part of being a sexy stripper.
Of course.
And my dad had just died a year before and had given me a belt that he had with a silver dollar in it. And when I swung the belt around, it hit the fuselage and the silver dollar came out. And somehow I didn't understand in my panic, in my 0G, that the fuselage was closed, and we just find the
You're
coin
not going
later.
to lose it, right?
I'm not going to lose the coin that my father gave me. I love my dad. Da-da-da-da.
If the coin gets outside, you got more problems.
So I go running naked.
Yeah, no kidding.
I go running naked now for the coin, and all the astronauts are going, "We're going to 2G. Get down, get down." And I go, "No, I want to get this coin." They go, "Get down. Find it later. Get down." I go, "No, I want to get. I can see it." Bam! And I hit the fuselage at 2G naked, flat on my face, and I now weigh 600 pounds.
Yeah.
And the coin, which weighs a pound, is in my hand, and I've got it. But I haven't been sitting in the right position. So now they go 35 seconds of that. Oh no, with the astronauts crawling to me to make sure I'm okay. And then, okay, we're going 0G. So now I float in the air. Now I'm disoriented. Now I'm holding the coin. And now I am vomiting while I'm naked, and the astronaut is holding me, and he goes, "Hey, you're not singing Barbarella now, are you?"
What a horrible scene.
Does everyone vomit on that thing? I mean, hence the name?
No, I was not going to vomit until I was stupid and went after that coin from my dad.
So when you get that, what, you're in the wrong position to take the 2Gs?
Yeah.
And how does the pilot fly that thing?
Oh my God!
You go.
No, I understand that, but how does he keep?
He's strapped in
and control
He's strapped
if
in.
it goes to 2Gs when he can't really move himself.
Oh yeah,
that
well that's the thing. There's astronauts who have come in and pulling
Those guys
8
pulling
Gs.
8, yeah,
and at 8 fingers up. Your fingers are too heavy. Just kill yourself. If you ever get, if somehow they say you guys are accepting the space program, kill yourself.
Just kill yourself. You're not going to enjoy it.
You're not going to enjoy it.
How long was the trip for? That's pretty interesting, man.
I did, well, that's the thing. The first 8 parabolas are the greatest thing in the world. We did 30.
Oh, wow. Shit.
So actually, we were completely weightless for 15 minutes.
Damn.
But we were also 2 Gs for 15 minutes.
They did that in Apollo 13, the movie. They built a little set inside one of the set of the lunar module and the command module inside the fuselage of one of these planes, and did that so many times to get all these shots, so it didn't look like the old-fashioned on a string or shit like that. It looked weightless because they were weightless.
And
when
the
they go
interesting
through the
thing
tunnel.
was Tom Hanks did not strip naked and sing Barbarella.
No, he didn't.
But
he didn't.
What would you, if you were going to be weightless? What's the first thing you would think?
Yeah, Ron Howard did though when he was filming it.
You would think, I want to fuck in 0 G. Right?
You would think.
And I did think that. And there was an attractive woman, like a test pilot on there, with aftermarket breasts and very, very attractive. And I said to her, "We're going to be in 0 G. I'm going to be stripping naked doing Barbarella. Billy's going to be playing guitar. But do you want to fuck?
Sounds romantic.
Would that be
You
fun?"
gotta ask at least.
And she says to me, "Well, I certainly like to go out with you after today." I said, "We're not talking about after today. What the fuck is wrong with you? I don't want to have dinner with you next week. I don't want to call you. This is a science experiment. This is 2 hamsters in a cage that's floating in the river. This is to see what it'll feel like to fuck somebody. And your position would be somebody." She goes, "Well, I don't know if I'm comfortable." I go, "I want you to be comfortable. We're going to be in 0 G. You're not going to be comfortable. Do you want my penis in you? It doesn't matter. Do you want anybody here? As a matter of fact, pick somebody. Anybody here will fuck you. I'll watch. I'll be happy."
It's good you smooth talked her though.
There's no time for smooth talk.
No.
You're gonna be weightless.
You only
in
have
35
seconds.
35 seconds
How long?
to get it done.
Yeah, 35 seconds.
Would your
also
dick get
like
hard
to-
like that though? Could you get your cock hard in 0 gravity? Would that be weird?
Yes.
I'd like to see what it feels like during the 2 Gs and how deep you could get in.
Oh God, your cock would be so heavy.
Your cock weighs 4 pounds.
Just a
heavy cock.
Although I would think the whole.
But you haven't got time to go. In 30 seconds, you're going to be weightless. Oh, you get a little something in your eye.
Yeah.
Want to undo your hair a little bit. Oh my! Without your glasses, you're beautiful.
No time
no
for that.
time for.
Let's fuck.
Yeah, let's fuck.
I
Quick.
would think with every action has an equal and opposite reaction. It would be kind of a little rough. To
Some
fuck in
people
0
believe.
Gs.
See, I have fucked 40 feet below water in scuba equipment.
Scuba equipment.
I have done that. And it's very hard to keep your neutral buoyancy. It's
Yeah.
very hard to be safe. And I also almost froze her to death because, I have much more body mass and she was a skinny model. So there were some parts of her body that looked kind of blue. But I've done that. So, I knew you could do the pushing and stuff. And I also knew Billy Gibbons would help. He's a rock and roller.
Yeah,
Sure.
How could you get a rod under
hold
those
everyone.
circumstances? I could never
come
do
on.
that.
You could too.
No, I couldn't. I'm
Distracted.
very specific.
Very distracted.
Very yeah.
Well, we could bring in the horse porno. You could watch that while you're.
Yes, good old
Bring in
Kenny
the horse.
Pinion. Yes, naughty Boeing engineer he was.
What makes you scared, man? Because you do everything. Does anything scare you? Where you're like, get the fuck out of here. I'm not doing that.
I don't tend to get.
I know
tend
you
to
don't.
Get that.
I've learned that
tend
over the
to get
years
that
with you.
scared. But I also found out that Mary Roach, who wrote the book about Mars, Packing from Mars, I wrote to her a fan letter. I write fan letters like crazy, but they're not just fan letters like "Go on O&A." I like what you're doing.
Old school fan letters.
Old school, yeah, I do that. And she had been 0 G. And she does this whole chapter, which is about fucking in space, where she says the desire to do it is so overwhelming, someone must have done it. But the danger of being caught and how reprimanded you would be, nobody could have done it. So it's completely powerful. And she said when she got on her 0 G flight, she said to a guy there, let's just fuck. Let's just do. She was doing the same thing that I was doing.
Should have been on the same flight.
Absolutely. If we were on the same flight, we could have negotiated that deal.
0 G fucking going
by
on.
By the second parabola, every astronaut would be breathing piss, shit, vomit, and my cum.
And some cum and vaginal secretions.
Sure.
And whatever else
but
comes
I mean,
out of there.
It's the first first thing you think about, right? And I'll tell you, just so you know, if you and I are ever in zero G, I'm fucking you.
I'd jerk you off at least out of respect.
Of course you would.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're talking about the purpose of life, in a godless universe, is to get good stories.
Yeah.
And I don't think you can beat I jerked off Jim Norton in zero G.
It's not gay if you're in zero G.
No, if there's no gravity, all bets are off.
But I mean, that would be a great
You're doing
story.
it for the story.
Yeah, you jerk each other off, you laugh about it later.
We're
Sure.
all in
And then,
agreement.
and he's got, how many questions have you got? What was it like when you came? How did that feel?
I would never be able to come. You know how awful it would be to fucking collapse and have his hand still on my cock at 2 Gs? I can't get your hand off my dick.
I can't lift my hand. I can't lift my hand.
Then you look at each other and go, wow, this is really gay.
My hand is stuck. And then we start vomiting.
Yeah. And then we land and they have to pry us apart.
That just sounds like a great
What a great
date.
story, man.
What a good date.
You're right, that is good.
But you mean, you guys, they're starting to do, it's no longer illegal and sneaking around. They'll now do it for like rich guys, do the parabolas in zero G.
I don't know if I have the balls to do it.
I would get very sick. I would get very, very sick. I'm
I would
very
like to
bad
think I
motion
do,
sickness.
Yeah, well, you get sick, sure, but
Have
it's
you
worth
ever-
it. You're zero G. You're
like,
fucking
you
You ever
astronaut.
skydive?
I haven't skydived.
Is that something you're
Skydiving?
scared of?
I'm not scared of it. No, I just haven't done it. Haven't. Now you do it on someone's back. You know, they do that
Yeah,
to
they
save you from
strap
having
you
to,
on and-
save you having to learn anything. You know what I mean?
Did you ever see the video of the guy who
fall.
jumps out without a parachute, and then they have
wow.
the guy has to jump after him with the parachute?
Yeah.
He's like a stunt guy.
Yeah.
And he jumps out and he just fucking takes a sip of an energy drink and jumps out of the fucking plane. And then his guy jumps out after him
That's some
and puts the
crazy
parachute
shit.
on him as they're falling.
That's some crazy
Yeah, they
shit.
do. They do that. There's also something I've heard about, but I haven't seen it, of a guy that jumps out with a camera and forgets his parachute and films the whole.
Oh shit!
But that description is so
Yeah.
horrible. You got that too?
How do you
Can
forget?
you turn it a little more, Sim?
Oh, is this the guy?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Oh yeah, there. Take
That
some of
guy
an energy
just-
drink. There it goes.
He's falling with no
He has shorts
parachute.
and sunglasses on. This guy's
like-
rules.
Does he have an erection? Because there's a guy you jerk off.
And he's free falling. This isn't like just jump out and give me the chute.
So now they grab him to put the parachute on.
Imagine if his friends really hated him and they're like, fuck him. Let's just let him go.
Screw you.
How much time do you think
Are
they
they
got to
strapping?
do this?
Oh, so they're tandem strapping him.
Yeah.
I guess they're not.
I think they're raping him.
It really does look like they're.
Can you move that mouse,
Let's
Sam?
fuck.
How much do you want that parachute? Because that's your time to negotiate.
Yeah.
Imagine they go right up to him, they whisper in his ear, "We never liked you. Fuck you."
Yeah, how much?
And
But
then
no,
don't
there's
do
your-
what they were supposed to do.
That is
That's
your
your time.
negotiation.
That's your time for negotiation.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That ground's getting a lot closer.
I'm going to give you my parachute. There's a few things I'd like to have from you first.
Yeah.
That sure is a pretty mouth.
That's fucked up.
I would be so fucking
The
scared.
thought of jumping out of a plane without a parachute
That's
on your back
trust
like that
right there,
is,
huh?
is amazing.
With a parachute stinks.
Yeah, with a parachute would be scary.
You ever watch the footage of Captain, what's his name, Joe, the guy who jumps from 102,000?
From the
the hot air balloon?
balloon. Yeah, hot
Yeah.
air balloon. Listen to me. What is the fucking Wizard of Oz? His hot air balloon.
Joe
His
Kittinger.
infernal device. Hot air balloon.
Yeah, Joe Kittinger fucking jumped. That's the chilling footage. And he said he didn't feel like he was falling. He's like, I thought I wasn't falling until I looked back and saw the balloon had gained distance because it was so low gravity.
He's
He
just
said-
got nothing to base it
And when
on.
you watch the helmet cam he had on, it's like, you see the Earth and the space going by. It's great.
God,
Yeah,
damn,
you know,
that's
when
amazing.
you they told me once you've been zero G, your brain knows what it's like to feel zero G. And so when I was flying home, and like on a Southwest flight, it was great because we hit a bump. We had turbulence and we hit a bump, and I was sleeping and I just undid my seatbelt and just pushed. You
It's
just
like, yeah,
already, it's so great, and I'm so fucking stupid big. I mean, I'm gigantic. I've been gigantic since I was 6 years old. So the idea of weighing nothing. I mean, me weighing nothing is a bigger
Yeah.
deal than you guys weighing nothing.
When did you hit
which
six?
is terrific.
When did you hit 6 foot?
Early, when the girls hit 6 foot, I was bigger than my 5th grade teacher.
Wow.
It's just, and people that teach elementary school are counting on all their charges being smaller than
You were
that.
almost one of those giants.
Yeah,
One of those
you know, the Jewish giant at home in Brooklyn. You know, I was a Diana Arbus movie happening. You know, my whole life was that, and it was just. And the other thing is, and my son is 4, and he's the size of a Buick, and he's huge. And you see him go through this thing because he's very articulate. He speaks very well, and he's giant. So people think he's in like 2nd grade, and yet emotionally he's a little 4-year-old boy.
Oh,
So you also get treated. And I also remember, and no one talks about the problems with enormous kids in school, but when I was in junior high, you know, and I was bigger than any of you, my best friend was like 5 feet tall, you know, and we would be playing, and strangers would come over, absolute strangers would come over to me and say, hey, what are you doing here with these little kids? Get out of here.
Hey, sir. Yeah.
Get out of here. And I would go, what? I had no idea. And I get to be like 22, and I went, wait a minute. They thought I was trying to fuck those kids.
They thought you were a pedo.
But you have no idea of that.
Did you have like facial hair and stuff?
No, I wasn't that kind
weren't
of.
able to have a beard.
It wasn't that kind of. It was strictly size. I looked very.
Because a friend of mine was able to grow a full beard in the first year of high school. Full big beard,
Yeah,
and he was.
we all had one of those guys.
He was constantly getting thrown out.
Of
Like they
places,
were just
'cause
like,
they didn't
"Hey,
believe
you
he
get
was-
out of here!
yeah.
Get out!" He's like, "No, go here."
Did they recruit you for basketball?
Oh, they tried to do all
that crap?
that stuff,
And
but
you-
I'm not,
I think you
I'm
weren't
not
an
a
athlete,
sports
right?
guy.
Yeah.
I'm not a sports guy at all.
They must have been so frustrated. They're
Oh,
like,
they
you
were
know what we
they
could
were
have if
crazy.
we could just throw that stupid ball in a
Yeah,
hoopie.
and I was also a juggler. So I was unicycling, juggling, doing all this hand-eye stuff.
Nice,
but the
dexterity
the team sports stuff, I just didn't like. And they, you know,
Oh, the coaches must have cried themselves to
well,
sleep every night.
I went out for one basketball thing, you know, and I went out and I was okay, you know, I played a little bit, and I missed a shot, and the coach kind of cuffed me in the side of the head. Hey, what are you doing, Gillette? Just not, you know,
Yeah.
I forgive me if I just touched your shoulder, but just kind of cuffed me. And the way I was brought up, I said, "Did you just hit me?" He said, "Well, no, you should have made that shot." I said, "You just fucking hit me." He said, "Don't use that language here." And I said, "It's after school. This is not, I'm not in your class. Fuck you. I'm leaving." And he said, "You don't leave. You go out there and prove to us what you can be on the basketball court." I said, "I'll prove to you that what I can be is off the basketball court."
Fuck you.
And fuck you. And he said, "That language will not be tolerated." I said, "We don't have any problem because you go fuck yourself. I get out of here. Everybody's happy." And that was my one day of basketball. And he was my math teacher, algebra teacher.
Oh, shit.
I got 100% on every test the rest of the year and got a D. He had no qualms at all about punishing me for not playing
he was just
basketball.
fucking
And then
you.
football season would come along, and they'd say, "You know, if you'd cut your hair so you didn't look like a homo, we'd have you on the football team." And I said, "Well, that's
So
good.
did you?
I'm not going to cut my hair, and I'm not going to go on your football team."
were
But
so
I will
frustrated.
be a homo.
Yeah, that's a much better sounding thing. Let me get this straight. Homo, we get to listen to records and get blowjobs. And out there, I get to have other sweaty guys bump into me and knock me down. I'll take the kimono and the Judy Garland records, please. That's an easy choice for me. You know?
Homo. That's the funniest thing to call someone, too.
Yeah.
You homo.
Well, this is, it's the 70s.
Yeah,
you
So
can't.
70s,
You can't do that
say,
now, Pat.
You wouldn't say
No,
gay.
Not allowed to
say
say all
homo.
that stuff now.
No,
People get very offended.
I was quoting someone saying it to me,
yeah,
of course.
Yeah, of course.
No, it's not what
We
I
don't
what I
understand
was-
why
almost
people are
great.
offended by dumb words.
I called
This
him
is
a
ridiculous.
motherfucker.
There you go. Bringing it back.
Also, anything you've got to cut your hair to do isn't that good.
No.
I mean, I did
Why?
the locks of love thing, but
That's something,
a
yeah.
cost. Yeah, and it scared me to death. I've had hair down my back forever.
Yeah.
And there we were cutting off my ponytail, and I'm thinking, I mean, she's probably going to die anyway. So I really have to cut off my hair for the. But it was too late then.
Yeah.
It's very hard during a press release to go, "Yes, we're here because this will be made for wigs for cancer patients."
Yeah.
Jesus, it feels nice in my back. Fuck her. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, but they don't have to throw the wig in the casket. If you want to be brutal, she can always leave it to somebody else.
Oh, God.
So now I look
wonder
like
if
a
anyone
Marine.
knows.
Look like a Marine.
Oh, yeah.
You're so
yeah.
short.
I wonder if anybody knows it's, hey, this, by the way, is Penn Jillette's hair.
I think, I think there's not a child who wouldn't run screaming. Okay. First cancer, then chemo, now Penn Jillette's hair.
But I heard he's a homo. Damn it. What is
Did you guys play sports? You all played
Nah,
sports.
I didn't play
I played
any
basketball,
sports.
but I didn't have your height.
Yeah. Well,
That's why it kills me.
I was a pitcher when I played baseball.
I did nothing
Is
but
that a
smoke
euphemism?
pot in high
No.
school. That was it. I smoked pot. I regret it. I regretted it until I got this cool gig. But I regretted not doing better in school.
It was amazing.
My grades were. I had great grades. I started smoking pot very late in life. And I had really
late
great
life
grades.
isn't high school, is it?
Well, for smoking weed, a lot of people start in like junior high and shit. You know,
They always
you
had the
start-
stoners in junior high.
But I was like great in junior high, even into high school. But then, like my last 2 years of high school, I started smoking pot,
That was
and
it.
what you could graph this and just watch like wham, fell off the face of the earth. I didn't want to do anything. Didn't want to go to class. Didn't understand how my friends were graduating. Because they were cutting class too, but they would cut one class and I'd see them, but then I'd see the other guy from the other class, and I didn't understand they were going to their other classes. I was the one that saw everyone because I wasn't going to any class.
And would you have been texting too?
I would have been if I could have had a cell phone back then, but no cell phones. I'd have to pass notes. We had pass notes.
Pass notes.
Yeah, we had pass notes. Or you'd get into desk wars, which was like texting or emailing, where you'd be, whoever sits here third period sucks.
Yeah.
Hey, fuck you. I'll find out who this is. You'll fuck your mother, you piece of shit. And it would just go. Like the desk. And then someone would watch the desk, and you're like, oh, fuck.
Well, we
I
have
was
to
having
start
a good
over.
argument with this guy. Right. It was great. Desk wars.
I hadn't made my point yet.
Yeah, I haven't really gotten my point across on this desk yet.
I was just laying the foundation, the Socratic desk method. And if you were a man, and Plato was a man, and you fuck your mother, and now, by a simple syllogism, you suck ass. They watch the desk.
Come back the next day, homo. All right. He made his point, too.
Oh, just so to remind everybody, too, the plug's important. Penn is here.
Yes.
And he's here to promote the fact that I'm going to be in Poughkeepsie the
That's
19th
right.
and 20th.
That's the only reason he
at
came in.
Bananas Comedy Club.
That's the only reason he came in.
But he's also, obviously, Play Dead is something Teller's doing. It's at the Players Theater. And I'm going to give you the number and the website. It's 800-982-2787. And you can just go online, Playdead NYC, PLAYDEADNYC.com. And if you're in Vegas,
It's a great show, and it's in a little theater, and it's down to the
When's it
Players
start?
Theater. It's already
Oh, it
in
is in
previews. You can
progress,
go
okay.
tonight, and then it opens tomorrow night. That's when I'll be there, because I go to the big, important opening.
I'm going to Collins opening tonight, actually.
Oh, yeah. I was going to go to that, then I decided to go to, I wanted to go, and I'm going to Merchant of Venice with Al Pacino.
Al Pacino, yeah, I'd like to see that as
Across
well.
the street. Hey, you haven't seen Colin's show
No,
yet?
is it great?
It's great.
Really
I
good.
saw it in the
Pat.
smaller theater.
It's really smart. I think you would like it a lot.
Yeah, I want to see it, but
I saw it in the tiny theater, and now they
very
got
funny.
Now they've got a lot of production behind it.
I bumped into Al Pacino at a restaurant, and I said, I really want to get to see your show, and it's sold out all the time. I'm trying to go through a friend of mine to get one ticket. And he said,
Did he chip a tooth on your kneecap?
we are different sizes.
Yes.
And
So you picked him up and held him like a child and talked to him?
yeah, what I did was I said, in 0G, I'd fuck you. You would have a choice. And he said, tell them that Al wants you to have a seat. And I said, I could call up the producer and say, Al Pacino wants me to have a seat. It'll work. He said, yes. I said, why wouldn't everybody do that? He said, I don't know that many people. I said, but they're going to take my word? So I called the producer and I said, I bumped into Al Pacino at a restaurant. He'd like me to have a ticket. Okay, we'll get you one.
Wow.
This was completely sold out, done, couldn't do it. So I shouldn't say this on the radio.
Exactly.
Because
Now everyone's going to try it.
Do you know Al, though?
I had never met him, and I met him at the restaurant. We had a wonderful talk. It
Wow,
was
that's great.
Fuck.
Wow, that is
I would love to do that.
That's a big fun. What would you say?
That's
to
real
him?
fame right there. Jim.
Hey,
Penn
I
is-
loved you
Penn
in
is-
The Godfather.
Penn is
There you go.
interesting.
There you go.
What would you possibly say?
I would just tell him how much I loved him in The Deer Hunter. And I'd bang the drum slowly. You were amazing. I would do nothing but fuck him up with De Niro.
And where did your mole go?
Exactly. Do you really like black chicks? They're not my thing, Al.
You just, yeah.
Tremendous.
I don't know.
You're going by yourself. That's fucking
I
good.
am going by myself. I will sit there for 3 hours enjoying Shakespeare's depiction of our Jewish brothers and sisters.
Yes, in your Al Pacino complimentary
in my Al Pacino seat.
Yes.
That Al says. He wants me to have a seat. I have a seat.
There's going to be 50 people there going, wait a minute. Al said I could sit here.
Yeah, Al just says that the way Opie tells people, "Nah, come on the show. We'd love to have you." And then they call and he's like, "What are you talking about?"
Be quiet. That's exactly what I expected. But it did work. That's the genius. It worked.
Yeah.
It worked.
You haven't seen
So
it yet.
go to.
Let us know.
I just want to tell everybody listening: when you go to Las Vegas, just call the box office of the Penn and Teller Theater at the Rio and said, "Penn wants me to have a seat."
That's it. He wants me to have a seat at some other show, but
I'm doing Vegas in February. I actually want to go out a day early and see you guys. I've never
Do
seen
that.
your show.
You
I
never
really
seen
want
us?
to. No,
I
no,
want to
I
see
want
the Vegas show badly.
Very much.
I've never been to a Penn and Teller show.
No, I haven't either,
And
but I
where are
want
you
to go.
playing?
I don't even remember the name of the place. It's just a one-night thing. It's a small place. But I'm going to go out a day early and see their show.
I saw you guys up in Boston years ago.
You know,
and,
we do
great.
a lot of we've done 6 hours of new material since we've been in Vegas.
Can I ask you
We
something?
just crank it
Does it
through.
get boring to do the same show
No,
night
we don't do the
night
same
after
show.
night?
First of all, we change it whenever we want.
No, for you guys. I mean, obviously the crowd will always.
no,
love it.
we change it even.
What do
for
you guys do
ourselves.
to each other just to make it?
We don't do any of that stuff.
Nothing?
We're just trying to do it better every night. A friend of mine, Michael Goudot, head writer on Bullshit, said he's a juggler, worked on the Lance Burton show, and he said variety arts, juggling and magic, are for people who see Groundhog Day and think, that seems like a good thing. I like that. It really is great to be able to go out and do the same thing and get better at it.
Okay, because we had a friend on
You're
Broadway.
practicing every day.
We had a friend on Broadway, and he was begging us to just fucking kidnap him. He couldn't take it anymore.
Well, that's
One of
also
those
you're doing
shows,
someone
he
else's.
couldn't fucking take
But
it.
that wasn't something he wrote himself, right?
No, and then I said, well,
Makes a big difference.
Well,
Yeah,
at least
you
you
guys
mixed it
have
up
that.
a little bit, and wow, how you fell into that, that dumpster. That you made that up obviously just to make it interesting. He goes, no, I do that exact fucking move every fucking night.
Yeah.
Even the stuff you think we're improvising is not improvised.
Yeah, well, that's pretty
he
much
went
true.
nuts.
But it's stuff that we write, and then we also write new stuff all the time. We put in a new bit every couple of months.
Good for
So
you.
we're working on it all the time, and there's no reason to. Other shows.
Oh, you'd
keep
be
it
able
the
to
same
just for years
30
do the
years.
same thing, right?
And we tell people we're we write new stuff and put it in. They go, why? And we go, because when we were 12 years old, all we wanted to do in life was write stuff and do it on stage.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I know, but now you get success, you don't have to do that. It's all we ever wanted to do. We worked our asses off
to get to where you're at. So
I don't know
enjoy it.
how do you write magic?
Well,
like,
you
I
can-
understand.
Oh,
you
come
gotta,
on,
like,
thanks, Ant.
Jimmy, I understand. You got to write the production around it, but like to come up with a trick or a gag or whatever you
get
want to
this
call
idea for something we want to do. We want to.
Yeah, but then you got to figure out how the fuck to do it and not let other people onto
and
it.
it takes, we did this.
Jesus.
We do this thing where we saw a woman in half. We saw her in half. We show how it's done, and then we fuck up and saw her in half again, and it gets really bloody and everything. So we have to do a complete sawing in half, and then do it a completely different. So we have to have it a complete
right.
trick, and then have another trick on top of it.
Right.
It took
Wow.
us 2.5 years.
Wow.
$80,000.
Jesus.
Of R&D working on it, and it is 2.5 minutes in our show. 2.5 minutes. And the guys we work with go, anybody else with that much work you'd put in, it's the hardest thing we've done. We're hitting levers and switches and the timing, and we had to rebuild it 5 times and it didn't work and all this shit. And, it's 2.5 minutes on stage. It takes the crew an hour and a half to set it for it to work once. Everything has to be perfect. And we do this whole thing, and everybody that works with us goes, shouldn't you be getting a half hour out of this? And we go, it's so boss at 2.5 minutes. It's like, holy fuck, they'll do anything. And then after the show, people come and go, that trick was amazing, but you didn't build it up enough. We didn't know. I go, you knew it was good. That's all.
That's all.
That's all we need. That's fine. Because we're now at the point where we have so much material, we keep shortening shit up.
Right.
So stuff we work on for a couple years can be 2 minutes, and we're thrilled
We
with
just give them the prestige. That's all we give.
How long was your show? What, 90 minutes?
Yeah,
Something
we
like
do
that?
90 minutes, and I play jazz for an hour beforehand. I play upright bass, bebop. So come in when you come to the show. Come an hour early and hear some great jazz. And then we do our show, and it's and we also meet everybody afterwards. We
Do you still get stumped by magicians? Do you see them and go like,
well, it's interesting.
I know how everything works.
We're doing a show that's not announced yet, but we're doing a show over in England called Fool Us, which will be just magicians coming on.
What a great idea.
And
that's great.
If they fool us, they get a trip to Vegas and get to do a show. And if they don't fool us, we bust them right there. So that's a double lift and you force the card.
Idea,
and they're right now. And it's weird because we created the show. It's our idea. But because of all the laws and stuff, we can't know anything about it. So there's 40 people working on this show, including friends of mine. And I get an email from friends of mine that said, hey, I got hired on your show. I've been told I can't talk to you, write you emails, or have any contact with you for 2.5 months. Bye.
Oh, shit.
Because, they're finding the guys.
Right.
They're rehearsing it. They want them to be
yeah.
all on the up and up. And so we're just going to sit there and.
Great fucking idea.
Where do you sit in the, in the audience and watch
It's not really Fool Us. It's really Fool Teller, and Penn talks about it. Because Teller knows everything.
He knows everything, really.
When you see Play Dead, it's the best magic you'll ever see in this plotted show about death and the afterlife and so on. But the tricks are amazing because Teller is one of the top 5 magic minds alive today, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
And when I go to a show with Teller, the magic show, the real truth of it is I sit there very smug, very cool. I'm a professional magician. I'm Magician of the Year, 5 years. I'm one of the best in the world. And I sit there and go to Teller, what are they doing there? And Teller goes, it's a 45-degree angle mirror under the table.
He can actually figure that shit out?
Really? Yes.
Oh, shit.
And then people after the show go, that's done. I go, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Got it.
We've got it set up so I sit there, we watch it. And then Teller and I go into soundproof booth, and we confer for a minute. And then I come out and explain.
He told you what the fuck just happened.
He's going to tell me every one of them. Unless the guy's doing the hippity hop rabbits, I'll be totally in the fucking dark. So my acting job is to pretend while I'm watching that I'm figuring something out,
smug.
instead of just waiting for Teller to tell me. Because if I was really doing it, I'd be just looking over at Teller going, do we have it?
Yeah.
Do we know?
You know what's
do we
going on?
know? Are we going to get fucked in this one, or do
You got to
know?
look and put your hand on your chin and just go, all right.
It's that. It's that thing.
When he does something, you just go, oh, come on. Come on.
Yeah, that's my part. And then Teller, what did they
What
do?
a great idea for a show.
But Teller is,
I would so watch that.
I love it.
Teller's great because we'll go to see Copperfield, and I'll go.
Boo.
What's he doing? What's he doing?
Is he still hard to figure out for you though?
It's a false bottom.
No,
I go, really?
Copperfield got lazy. I saw him in Vegas.
He still can do some good
you
tricks.
can say what you want. I was not impressed.
Really?
I didn't like.
How's Lance Burton?
Lance Burton is closed.
Oh, okay.
Lance Burton is done. Lance Burton retired.
Was he good though?
He just quit.
Who's the guy to see right now?
Yeah, he was good.
Besides you guys.
Well, the guy to see in Vegas, and no one believes me because it's an afternoon show, is Mac King. Mac King does an afternoon show at Harrah's for $8. It's like, a drink minimum. It's nothing. And to me, he is the best comedy magician working in the world. And he is, comedy magicians, and you've seen a lot of them because you work on bills with them. They're usually, comedy magicians means none of the magic fools you and they're not funny. They don't do either. And Mac King is sincerely funny and the tricks will fool the shit out of you. And he's got a show like at 1 in the afternoon and 3 in the afternoon. So people say to me, what show should I see? And I go in the afternoon to Harrah's and see Mac King. And they go, you're kidding. And they always come back and go, holy fuck. He's really good.
Chips Cooney is probably the greatest comic magician. Do you know Chips Cooney?
No, I do not know.
He was on America's
Cooney
Got Talent.
Very gifted. Very gifted magician.
He's pretty funny, man. He's been around a long time. And then he got on America's Got Talent this past season.
How did I miss that?
Chips.
Yeah,
Never seen Chips live.
It's good.
There's some good people.
Oh. What?
Opie and Anthony on the Virus. Sirius XM.